Of the Hamilton Joes. Bridgewater Falls offers guests a unique shopping experience with more than 30 shopping destinations, including Target, JCPenney, Best Buy, Dick's Sporting Goods, and many more. Bridgewater Falls also has a wide variety of delicious dining destinations. From burgers to pizza to sushi, experience all of the flavors Bridgewater Falls has to offer. Bridgewater Falls is located just off of Ohio 129 at the corner of Princeton Road and Bypass 4. Come experience great shopping, dining, and services in the heart of Fairfield Township at Bridgewater Falls.
Proud Hamilton Joes sponsor Miller Coors wants to remind you, whether you're watching the Joes at Foundation Field or catching the game on YouTube, to never compromise on taste. Reach for a Miller Lite, the light beer that's always brewed for more taste with only 96 calories and brewed right here in Ohio. Miller Lite, hold true.
M&G Body Shop is your one-stop shop for car repair. Woman-owned and family-operated collision repair center. They can be reached at 513-851-9056 or can be found online at mgbody.com. A proud sponsor of the Hamilton Joes.
The original and simply the best. That's Wings on Brookwood, located at 147 North Brookwood Avenue. Family owned and operated for over 20 years, Wings on Brookwood offers both lunch and nightly specials. Before or after the Joes game, stop by Wings on Brookwood. You'll be in good company. Fort Hamilton Hospital is a full-service community hospital who continues to lead the way to better health in the Butler County area, serving patients from Fairfield, Oxford, Cincinnati, and Middletown. Fort Hamilton Hospital combines modern technology, highly skilled physicians with a friendly, caring staff. Their offerings include maternity, emergency, the most advanced wound healing in Butler County, and a range of outpatient services. For care you can count on, visit Fort Hamilton Hospital, located at 630 Eaton Avenue in Hamilton.
Pate Appliance Services have given you 61 years of phenomenal service for any appliance that you need, with flexible scheduling, automated reminders, state-of-the-art service, and an A-plus customer satisfaction rating from the Better Business Bureau. Pate Appliance Services is there for you. They can be reached at 513-863-4700 or found online at pateappliance.com. Hamilton Joes Baseball is brought to you by Triangle Sign Company, a sign of quality since 1921. If your current signage isn't giving you the visibility to attract interest and assist in getting people in your door, then it's time for a custom sign solution from Triangle Sign Company. Whether you're a big or small business, school, or organization, they will design and build a sign that is just right for you. Offering their support for the Hamilton Joes, we thank Triangle Sign Company for their continued support.
The Fitton Center for Creative Arts kicks off its 25th anniversary celebrations with its annual season launch party on Friday, August 17th from 5 to 11 p.m. The season launch is a free community event with all parts of the Fitton Center open to the public, including galleries, classrooms, studios, as well as performance and event spaces. Enjoy light appetizers and a cash bar, while the 10-piece River City Party Band will perform on the Riverview Terrace. For more information, visit fittoncenter.org or like the Fitton Center on Facebook.
Richard's Pizza is one of Hamilton, Ohio's most favorite spots, bringing you Richard's famous steak sandwiches since 1955 and a proud supporter of your hometown Hamilton Joes. Whether it's pizzas, salads, pastas, or a little bit of fudge for dessert, Richard's Pizza has it all for you and your family.
Your AAA store has moved to a new location in Hamilton. 2870 Menards Boulevard in Fairfield Township is your new home for all your travel, insurance, and attraction ticket needs. AAA has great member deals on everything you need for a great vacation. Visit AAA today in Fairfield Township to join America's largest motor club organization or online at AAA.com.
The Hamilton Joes are proud to partner with Planet Fitness, home of the Judgment Free Zone. You can experience the Judgment Free Zone by joining for only $10 a month. You can join in any of the 13 Cincinnati area Planet Fitness locations or online at planetfitness.com. Planet Fitness, the world judges, we don't.
At Smoothie King, we believe the best ingredients come from nature. That's why we keep adding more whole fruits and vegetables to our smoothies, to help you get more out of every sip. At Smoothie King, we've added real whole raspberries bursting with fresh, crisp flavor, just in time for summer. Try an angel food raspberry or Greek yogurt raspberry smoothie for a limited time only. Enjoy whole raspberries at any of the 8 Cincinnati area Smoothie King locations. Smoothie King, smoothies with a purpose. Proud partner of the Hamilton Joes. In its 70th year of operation, All Wealth Federal Credit Union is proud to partner with Hamilton's hometown baseball team. All Wealth is Hamilton's only homegrown credit union, ready to assist with all of your financial needs. Their friendly staff are here to help the residents of Hamilton and Butler County live the American dream. Visit allwealth.org today and see how you can hit a financial home run with All Wealth.
The Hamilton Joes play ball on the banks of the Miami River, but the Great Miami Crew Rowing Squad is happy to sponsor the Hamilton Joes during the Great Lakes Summer Collegiate League baseball season.
The Hamilton Joes are proud to partner with Planet Fitness, home of the Judgment Free Zone. You can experience the Judgment Free Zone by joining for only $10 a month. You can join in any of the 13 Cincinnati area Planet Fitness locations or online at planetfitness.com. Planet Fitness, the world judges, we don't.
The Hamilton Joes play ball on the banks of the Miami River, but the Great Miami Crew Rowing Squad is happy to sponsor the Hamilton Joes during the Great Lakes Summer Collegiate League baseball season.
Your AAA store has moved to a new location in Hamilton. 2870 Menards Boulevard in Fairfield Township is your new home for all your travel, insurance, and attraction ticket needs. AAA has great member deals on everything you need for a great vacation. Visit AAA today in Fairfield Township to join America's largest motor club organization or online at AAA.com.
Fort Hamilton Hospital is a full-service community hospital who continues to lead the way to better health in the Butler County area, serving patients from Fairfield, Oxford, Cincinnati, and Middletown. Fort Hamilton Hospital combines modern technology, highly skilled physicians with a friendly, caring staff. Their offerings include maternity, emergency, the most advanced wound healing in Butler County, and a range of outpatient services. For care you can count on, visit Fort Hamilton Hospital, located at 630 Eaton Avenue in Hamilton.
Hello and welcome, Hamilton Joes fans, as we are geared up for a very special edition of Hamilton Joes baseball here at Grady's Field in Xenia, Ohio. I'm Reid Mouse, joined along here with Zach Verdea. Zach, how you doing today?
Doing great. Ready for another day baseball game.
Yeah, it's going to be a fantastic matchup here for the Hamilton Joes as they're trying to get off a 5-game skid, and it's a Father's Day celebration. So for all the fathers out there, I have a little request. Turn this game up to 11. Go reach for the TV remote. Turn on the U.S. Open. Go over to your fridge, crack open a beer, and enjoy your day as we're geared up for some fantastic athleticism. And I'm going to take you through the Hamilton Joes lineup. A little bit of a mix-up today in both the players playing and the lineup structure. So leading off and playing left field, no stranger to this, is Trey Compton. Playing right field and batting 2-hole today. His first time not batting 3-hole all season long. Chris Hamilton batting 3-hole, moving one part back in the lineup and playing shortstop. Justin McConnell DHing and batting 4, Griffin Dorsing. Batting 5-hole, playing center field is Sean McGeehan. Jared Kaufman getting the start at the 6-hole and second base. Addison Coffey dropping down to 7th and playing 3rd. Michael Hale playing 1st, and Michael Hall behind the dish rounding out that order. On the mound for the Hamilton Joes is John Cheatwood, and pitching for the Xenia Scouts as we're geared up for our first pitch is Ben Bills as he gets the sign. Cocks and deals. It's going to be a flare right up the chute, and that ball is going to fall in there for a leadoff hit from Trey Compton. We've seen this happen so often with Trey Compton. He just has this uncanny knack of getting on base, and that's exactly what you want out of a speedy leadoff guy.
Yeah, we saw Compton go 2 for 4 in the leadoff role last night with a double. He also walked and reached on a fielder's choice, so he definitely knows how to get on base. And when he's on base, the Joes will look to have a quick start here after dropping 5 straight.
Yeah, so Chris Hamilton now coming up to the plate. He normally bats 3-hole, but he's going to be moved up to the second part of the lineup, and they're going to give Justin McConnell the 3 spot as McConnell's hit for a little more power than Chris Hamilton this year as he takes the first pitch for the strike. And they say that the 2-hole is actually the most important part of the lineup. We mentioned this before, that's why these MLB teams are kind of shifting to putting their guys batting 2-hole, especially has a little more speed, as we've seen Chris Hamilton express as he swings on and misses the second pitch. 0-2 now the count.
Yeah, we saw Chris Hamilton in the 9th inning try to cut into the Scouts' lead and get some runs for the Joes as he sent a solo shot. So definitely big swing there after the confidence of last night.
This is how the Xenia Scouts are going defensively, playing left field and batting 2. Chandler Chambers in center field and batting 3-hole is Graham Welch as the 0-2 pitch is grounded foul from Chris Hamilton. Playing right field and batting leadoff is Carson Wright. In the infield, batting 7th and playing third base is Dugan Darnell. He's dropping down from the 3-hole. Playing shortstop and still batting 9 is Noah Orlando, while Nicholas Tuttle's getting the start at second base and batting 4-hole. And at first base, batting 5th, Caleb Eater, as the 0-2 pitch for Chris Hamilton is taken, and Trey Compton's going to try and make his way to second base, but is thrown out by the battery. Truman Brown throwing out Trey Compton right there. A beautiful throw from Truman Brown.
Yeah, and we saw catching for the Scouts last night, Jarrett Lindsey, and the Joes were able to steal 3 or 4 bases, so good job by Truman Brown to cut into that as the Joes' leadoff man is picked off at second.
Chris Hamilton making Ben Bills work here on the second batter of the game as he fouls off another pitch there. But yeah, the battery of Truman Brown behind the dish and Ben Bills already doing better at keeping runners from advancing on the stolen base today as they did yesterday. As the 1-2 pitch comes from Ben Bills. He kicks and delivers, and Chris Hamilton's going to slap that one for a little flare into left field for a single. So back-to-back hits here to lead off the first inning, though Trey Compton no longer on the base pass as we mentioned. So now coming up to plate is Justin McConnell. McConnell yesterday went 1 for 5 at the plate. He had a single in his second at-bat, but other than that, he had 4 outs, but he had a fantastic day on Friday night as he had 2 doubles late in the game against the Southern Ohio Copperheads, one of which unloaded the bases and tied up the game in the 9th inning as the 0-0 pitch is swung on and fouled over the first base. Hamilton Joes are aggressive here early on in the game.
Yeah, and we saw McConnell, although only got the 1 for 5 day last night, he did have 2 RBIs. His one hit was an RBI single, and he had an RBI ground out. So that may be why he's in the 3-hole with some RBI opportunities hopefully today.
One thing you got to ask yourself is how this heat is going to affect these players out there. Playing on turf is already warm enough, but you throw in a 90-degree day here on a Sunday mid-afternoon, and it's going to be hot out there with all those rubber pellets attracting the sunlight. As the 0-2 pitch from Ben Bills is singled into left field, so back-to-back-to-back hits lead off the first inning, and now coming up to plate is the designated hitter, Griffin Dorsching.
And we have seen Ben Bills for the Scouts pitcher. We have seen him already this season. In the first game of the year, he came in relief. Chris Hamilton was able to crank an RBI triple for the game-winning run, so Joe's on top of Bills early here with 3 straight hits.
Yeah, and the Joes are trying to win this ballgame to not get swept in 3 straight series as they are on a long 5-game skid after starting the season off 2-0. And here comes the 0-0 pitch to Griffin Dorsching. Truman Brown setting up on the outside part of the plate. That's going to be a ball up and away to Dorsching.
That kind of seems like how pitchers usually attack Dorsching with the first pitch ball, not really something to hit because of his stature.
You definitely want to stay away from the designated hitter as this pitch is over the plate but pops straight up the chute, and we'll see if it can get out of play, and it looks like it might as Truman Brown gives chase, but it hits hard off the sheet metal here. That is over top the grandstand here at Grady's Field in Athletes in Action, Xenia, Ohio, as the count is 1-1. Yeah, we haven't seen pitchers really go at Griffin Dorsing, especially with runners on base. A lot of off-speed, a lot of staying away there, as Griffin Dorsing just missed that pitch. I'm sure he wanted that one back. So 1-1 the count here to Dorsing from Ben Bills. He kicks and delivers. It's going to be a ball up and away. 2-1 the count. Dorsing, of course, the freshman All-American for NKU. Made the All-American freshman team. And was player of the year down there in the Horizon League. As the 2-1 count to Dorsing is delivered from Bills, and that's going to be out there on the outside part of the plate. Definitely not a pitch that Dorsing wants to give at on a 2-1 count here, but if they give it to him again, he's going to have to protect himself. Ben Bills getting the sign from Truman Brown. He comes set, checks the runner, looks back at the plate, and he kicks, delivers, and deals, as that's going to be a breaking pitch that is swung on and missed by Griffin Dorsing. So the first batter of the inning to not have a base hit, but that is the second out of the inning, as the first came on the Trey Compton caught stolen base, and now coming up to the plate is Sean McGeehan. And Sean McGeehan isn't having exactly the start he wants to the season, but he does. The potential is there. You see the talent when he hits BP, when he's out there making plays out in the outfield. They're just trying to get something going, and possibly putting him behind Griffin Dorsing was the plan. As the 0-0 pitch to McGeehan is grounded out to the third baseman. There's going to be a race to third base, but Chris Hamilton does not beat the third baseman. And just like that, Ben Bills gets out of the inning here as we're heading to the bottom of the second. Stay tuned as you're listening to your Hamilton Joes Network.
Hamilton.
The Fitton Center for Creative Arts kicks off its 25th anniversary celebrations with its annual season launch party on Friday, August 17th from 5 to 11 p.m. The season launch is a free community event with all parts of the Fitton Center open to the public, including galleries, classrooms, studios, as well as performance and event spaces. Enjoy light appetizers and a cash bar, while the 10-piece River City Party Band will perform on the Riverview Terrace. For more information, visit fittoncenter.org or like the Fitton Center on Facebook.
Bridgewater Falls is proud to continue its sponsorship of the Hamilton Joes. Bridgewater Falls offers guests a unique shopping experience with more than 30 shopping destinations, including Target, JCPenney, Best Buy, Dick's Sporting Goods, and many more. Bridgewater Falls also has a wide variety of delicious dining destinations. From burgers to pizza to sushi, experience all of the flavors Bridgewater Falls has to offer. Bridgewater Falls is located just off of Ohio 129 at the corner of Princeton Road and Bypass 4. Come experience great shopping, dining, and services in the heart of Fairfield Township at Bridgewater Falls.
Hello and welcome back to here at Grady's Field in Xenia, Ohio. I'm Reid Mouse. Join along here with Zach Verdea as John Cheatwood is taking the bump for the Hamilton Joes. And I'm going to give you that Scouts lineup one more time, starting in right field, and leading off is Carson Wright. Playing left field and batting 2-hole, Chandler Chambers. In center and batting 3-hole will be Graham Welch. And batting cleanup and just swinging the stick today is Ryan Bertelsman, the Baylor Bear. Playing first base and batting 5, Caleb Eater. Truman Brown's going to be behind the dish and batting 6. Dugan Darnell falling from grace there as he's going from the 3-hole to the 7-hole today, trying to get a little more fastballs as he's playing third base and batting 7. Nicholas Tuttle, we saw him play last Sunday, but we didn't see him in the first game of this series. He's batting 8 and playing second base. And Noah Orlando rounding out that lineup for the Xenia Scouts. I want to see what John Cheatwood can do as he threw the third game of the year, a game in which was delayed for the Hamilton Joes. We had a rain delay there in the 5th inning, so he had to come out. He gave up 6 runs in that work. He threw a lot of Ks, but just couldn't get it done against the St. Clair Green Giant as he is slow to the plate when there's runners on, and that's something that we notice. He uses a lot of fastball, has a good arm, but there's definitely an advantage that runners have with when they get on base because he is slow delivery to the plate.
Yeah, and we have seen Cheatwood once this season, but and he went to Sinclair last year, earned his way to Indiana Wesleyan scholarship for next year. But he did go 7-1 in 7 games started, 18 appearances for Sinclair. So, you know the talent's there, and just hope that first start just went a little awry from him.
Yeah, so the Joes were able to knock 3 hits in the first inning, but weren't able to get one across home plate as the score is still knotted at 0-0 here in the bottom of the first inning. Carson Wright trying to break that 0-0 in the bottom of the first here.
And it's surprising to see a different leadoff today, just giving Cameron Murray the day off after 4 for 4 with a walk and a home run.
First pitch is taken from Carson Wright as it's going to be a fastball that misses up and away from Cheatwood. Cheatwood falling behind 1-0 here to the right fielder. Left-handed hitting Carson Wright, smaller in stature, steps on the plate here as Michael Hall is over the heart of the plate here on the 1-0 count. And we saw Cheatwood try to dominate with his fastball last Tuesday, as the Joes seem to have found their starting rotation. So the 1-0 delivery from Cheatwood is going to be lined into right field for a base knock. So a lot of hits here early on in the game as both leadoff hitters were able to get on base. Chandler Chambers now coming up to the plate as there's a runner on first base and no one out for the left fielder. Chandler Chambers came in late in yesterday's game, didn't get the start, but came in crucial situation as it was a close game there towards the end, and they put him out in left field and had him pinch hit. Cheatwood getting the sign from Michael Hall. Michael Hall lining up the outside part of the plate here as Cheatwood comes set. We'll see if Carson Wright's going to be moving here on Cheatwood. Cheatwood is slow to the plate, and that ball is going to be bunted to the first baseman, Michael Hale. And Michael Hale, what? Michael Hale got the bunt, so it was a bunt from Chandler Chambers that Michael Hale just took his time. I mean, it was right at Michael Hale. It was not 6 feet in front of first base, and it was hit bunted hard, and he just slowly walked back to first base, and Chandler Chambers beat him out there. So that's just a thoughtless play there from Michael Hale, and it's on top of that. After that, Chandler Chambers went into the baseline as he tripped over the base bag and went into fair territory. So they could have said he rounded him. Michael Hale doesn't tag him there either as he gets back on the bag before he can do that. So it's first and second here with no one out after a thoughtless play from Michael Hale. Trying to give that an error on Hale as that is justified, as there's absolutely no reason that there should not be one out on the board here. Now coming up to the plate is the center fielder, Graham Welch. We saw Graham Welch bat 3-hole last Sunday and play center field, but he wasn't in the starting lineup yesterday as that pitch is fouled off. 1-1 now the count. Cheatwood's got to be flustered with that play from Hale because Hale and Griffin Dorsing have been taking their time, have been switching off at time there over at first base between DH and first base. Hale getting the start today and making just mindless play over there at first base. 1-1 the count now with no one out. Cheatwood getting the sign from Hall, kicks and delivers. They're going to steal third base on Cheatwood, and Hall could not get it out of his glove in time as Wright's going to steal third base with ease. Really didn't even warrant a throw, but Hall threw one over there late, and that's going to trip me up, Hale and Hall, all day long because they normally at least have some space in the batting order, but today they're batting 8 and 9. So first and third here with no one out, 2-1 the count. Cheatwood trying to get himself out of a jam. And this first inning has been the Achilles heel of this Hamilton Joes pitching staff all year long, as the 2-1 delivery is going to miss high and outside. 3-1 now the count to the 3-hole hitting center fielder.
Yeah, not the ideal start for the Joes after the leadoff single and then the bunt error. Now with runners on the corners after stealing third. Not ideal with no outs here for the Joes in a 3-1 count.
See if Cheatwood could minimize the damage here, as that pitch is going to be called in there, low and in for a strike. So full count here. We'll see if they have Chandler Chambers on the move here with the full count. Graham Welch, the left-handed hitting center fielder. As he takes a step into the box. Cheatwood coming set, and he's going to flick one over to Hale and almost gets by the first baseman. But a good job at snagging that one in. So first and third here, full count. No one out. Cheatwood getting the sign from Hall. Going to come set. Kicks and delivers, and this pitch is going to be grounded to the first baseman, but in foul territory as this bat will continue. Cheatwood would love a double play right here. He'll take the run scored for 2 outs. So a strikeout might be more warranted. Full count here to Graham Welch. Cheatwood looking down to his catcher, Michael Hall. He's going to come set. Does this 3 pivots before he comes set, and he's slow to the plate, and he gets the ground ball to Michael Hale, and Michael Hale is going to be charged with another error as that sneaks right on past his glove, and they're going to try and see if he can score. Chandler Chambers all the way from first, but they're going to hold him up there at third base. So second and third here with no one out and already 2 errors for the first baseman, Michael Hale. On back-to-back hitters, Michael Hale has an error. And if the coach of the Joes would want to Hale to come out, the other guy that is in the lineup that would play first base is Griffin Dorsey, and he's batting DH, so if they would want him to perhaps be the better defensive player out there for Hale, they would have to eliminate the designated hitter. So a runner on second and third here with no one out, and here comes the pitch to Ryan Bertelsmann on the 0-0 count. This pitch is going to be fouled off, hit behind the grandstand here. 0-1 the count to the Baylor Bear. Second and third. No one out, and the Xenia Scouts are already on the board thanks to 2 errors by the first baseman, Michael Hale. As this pitch is going to be grounded to the third baseman, Addison Coffey, and they're going to get in foul territory. Took a funky spin there in the last 2 hops it took and went foul as it was 5 feet in fair territory before it started kicking that way. 0-2 the count here to the 4-hole.
Yeah, early on in this season with all the turf fields, we've seen some pretty funky hops whenever there's a bunt down the line or a chop like that. Usually most of the time you can wait. Would have been interesting on that first bunt error that Chandler Chambers bunted. It would have been interesting to see if that would have gone all the way down the line or if you could have just let that one roll foul.
Yeah, it's pretty weird because the turf is supposed to be the more true play, the true roll. There's no uneven ridges. It's really just flat out there for the ball players, but there sometimes is some funky hops, at least on spin, as Ryan Bertelsmann's going to strike out for the first out of the inning. That's a good job by John Cheatwood at trying to minimize here, as he is a weak pop-up, possibly a play at the plate, away from getting out of this inning with just 1 run on the board, and that would be fantastic for John Cheatwood, as he's done a good job after giving up the leadoff base runner, has had 2 balls hit over to Michael Hale that Hale has not been able to rein in for the Joes. So both the runners on base right now are unearned. As here comes the 0-0 pitch to Caleb Eder, and it's going to be in there for a strike. Eder didn't get the start yesterday either. Felix King did, and Felix King sit one into orbit.
And that's what you like to see out of Cheatwood after the single and then the 2 errors. He went right after the DH 4-hole Bertelsmann with a couple guys on, was able to strike him out in 3 pitches, pumped that first pitch strike to Eder here.
0-1 the count here to Caleb Eder. And that misses on the outside part of the plate. 1-1 the count here with 1 out. Runners on second and third. 1 run across here already in the bottom of the first for the Xenia Scouts. Trying any way out to minimize this is John Cheatwood as he gets the sign from Michael Hall. Kicks, delivers, and deals, and this pitch is going to be fouled off behind the first base dugout. 1-2 the count here to the 5-hole. Caleb Eder.
Kind of looked like John Cheatwood was maybe holding his side or something there. He took his glove off, and he may just be hot, walking around, getting it cool off, but might be something to look at here moving forward.
If there's one thing I know for sure, it's that John Cheatwood is hot because it is currently a sauna in this press box right now. Me and Zach Verdea are sweating like greased up pigs out now. 1-2 the count here from John Cheatwood. And here comes the pitch. And it's swung on and missed. So back-to-back strikeouts here from Cheatwood. He said, hey, my field won't do it for me. I've got to do it myself. As he gets a strikeout, and now coming up to the plate is the catcher, Truman Brown, with a chance to get a few more runs for the Xenia Scouts already.
And we didn't see Truman Brown yesterday, but we have seen him before last Sunday, as you mentioned, when we were here in Xenia playing the Scouts, but also we saw him in the first inning gun down Trey Compton at second base, something that they could not do last night.
So 0-0 the count here to Brown as that pitch is fouled off behind home plate. 0-1 the count now from Cheatwood. Cheatwood doing a good job after allowing the first 3 runners on board and striking out 2 straight, even with runners in scoring position. I don't know if it was a fantastic job done by Cheatwood or just a poor job by the Xenia Scouts at playing baseball and putting the ball in play. It's that whole give and take. Who do you give credit to? As Cheatwood's on the bump here with an 0-1 count, getting a sign from Michael Hall. Hall's going to line up on the inside part of the plate as Cheatwood's coming set here, and he does this little stutter step as he's coming set. Sometimes it's just a rhythm thing for pitchers as that 0-1 pitch misses low and away. 1-1 the count here, and we see pitchers do some crazy things out there just to make you feel comfortable out there on the mound. And in athletics, so much of it is just comfortability and confidence. And whatever you can do out there to keep you loose. As Sean McGeehan is dancing out in center field to keep himself loose with the 1-1 count. Here comes Cheatwood's pitch as he kicks, fires, and deals. This pitch is fouled off the metal of the grandstand. 1-2 the count now. 1-2 here.
Yeah, now after McGeehan, you can see him and Compton kind of looking over at each other, trying to have some fun out there in this hot, long first inning.
Playing a little game of Simon Says out there. 1-2 the count here as John Cheatwood hops back on the rubber. 2 out. Second and third is the situation here with a 1-2 count. Truman Brown up against John Cheatwood as he comes set. Kicks, fires, and deals. 2-2 now the count as he misses low and away. And Cheatwood's staring down the barrel of just 1 run, minimizing it as much as he could. Here in the bottom of the first, after the base hit error. He struck out Ryan Bertelsmann and Caleb Eater, and now trying to put away Truman Brown. Truman Brown trying to extend this lead any way he can. Trying to be a 2-out hero here late in the first inning. Cheatwood coming set as he gets the sign from Michael Hall. He's staring down home plate, and this pitch is going to be popped up into shallow left field, and Trey Compton camped underneath it, and that'll mark the 3rd out of the inning. So a beautiful job by John Cheatwood at getting through that inning with just the smallest amount of damage done. Stay tuned as you're listening to your Hamilton Joes Network.
Pate Appliance Services have given you 61 years of phenomenal service for any appliance that you need. With flexible scheduling, automated reminders, state-of-the-art service, and an A+ customer satisfaction rating from the Better Business Bureau, Pate Appliance Services is there for you. They can be reached at 513-863-4700 or found online at pateappliance.com. Richard's Pizza is one of Hamilton, Ohio's most favorite spots, bringing you Richard's famous steak sandwiches since 1955 and a proud supporter of your hometown Hamilton Joes. Whether it's pizzas, salads, pastas, or a little bit of fudge for dessert, Richard's Pizza has it all for you and your family.
The original and simply the best. That's Wings on Brookwood, located at 147 North Brookwood Avenue. Family owned and operated for over 20 years, Wings on Brookwood offers both lunch and nightly specials. Before or after the Joes game, stop by Wings on Brookwood. You'll be in good company.
Proud Hamilton Joes sponsor Miller Coors wants to remind you, whether you're watching the Joes at Foundation Field or catching the game on YouTube, to never compromise on taste. Reach for a Miller Lite, the light beer that's always brewed for more taste with only 96 calories and brewed right here in Ohio. Miller Lite, hold true. At Smoothie King, we believe the best ingredients come from nature. That's why we keep adding more whole fruits and vegetables to our smoothies to help you get more out of every sip. At Smoothie King, we've added real whole raspberries bursting with fresh, crisp flavor, just in time for summer. Try an angel food raspberry or Greek yogurt raspberry smoothie for a limited time only. Enjoy whole raspberries at any of the 8 Cincinnati area Smoothie King locations. Smoothie King, smoothies with a purpose. Proud partner of the Hamilton Joes.
Hello and welcome back to here at Grady's Field. I'm Reid Mouse, joined along here with Zach Verdea as Jared Kaufman's going to come to the plate. The Xenia Scouts were able to get one run across there in the bottom of the first inning on 1 hit and 2 errors by the first baseman, Michael Hale, as the first pitch from Ben Bills is going to miss high to Jared Kaufman. Jared Kaufman batting the 6th hole today. He's gotten the start the past few days.
Yeah, like you mentioned, we saw Kaufman last night in the 9 hole starting at second base.
That ball is lined out to left field, but similar to Jared Kaufman all year long, when he puts a barrel on the ball, he just tends to hit it right at people and hasn't been lucky enough to find some greenery, some turf out there to get and running on the base pass, as that's the first out of the inning. Coming up to the plate is Addison Coffey. Jared Kaufman has quick at-bats, only rivaled there by Addison Coffey, who tries to swing early on in that count. He's been demoted to the 7 hole today, as this pitch is going to be grounded out to the shortstop in the hole. Let's see if North Orlando can make the play on Addison Coffey, but they're going to say he pulled his foot over there at first base. I think the throw was fine, but they're going to call it a base hit there on the ball from Addison Coffey. As it was hit deep in the 6 hole, it was going to take a lot to get the speedy Coffey out. A good throw from Noah Orlando. Actually, they're going to call it an error on the scoreboard, but I'll give it to Addison Coffey. And now coming to the plate is the kid who grew up not too far from here, Michael Hale. He grew up in Kettering, Ohio. Goes to school at Marietta and had a tumultuous first inning there, as he struggled with the leather, having 2 errors, the first of which was silly, as the throw from the catcher, Truman Brown's going to be thrown into center field on the stolen base from Addison Coffey, and he's going to make his way over to third base on the throw into center field. So that's going to be a stolen base there, and he's going to get to third on the E2 on the throw to center field. And now Addison Coffey on third base here with 1 out.
Yeah, and we'll see Michael Hale here, who had the 2 errors in the first inning, have a chance to redeem himself with a runner on third base.
So 1 strike here to the first baseman, Michael Hale. 1 out. 4 errors already in this game, as this pitch is swung on and missed from Hale. As though he had a good start to the year, has struggled as of late. Hale looking down the barrel of a strikeout here as he strikes out to Ben Bills. Not Ben Burrs, the comedian, but Ben Bills, the pitcher here for the Xenia Scouts, on the slider, low and away, as that is the 2nd out of the inning. And now where the Joes looked like all they had to do was put a ball into play to get a run across, now they need a base hit from the catcher, Michael Hall. 0-0 count here to Hall from Bills is delivered. It's going to be a breaking pitch in there for a strike.
Yeah, not a bad guy to come up with a runner on third and 2 outs. As last Sunday when he started here in Xenia, went 2 for 4 with a couple of oppo hits to right field, so we could use one of those right now.
I like Michael Hall at the plate as he swings at the 0-1 pitch. Nothing has it, so 0-2 is our count. Yeah, I like Michael Hall. Think he's one of the better swingers at the bottom of this order. Puts everything backside, and for some reason, hitters that swing like that always have a place in my heart, as Michael Hall gets the 0-2 pitch, and he's going to strike out looking there So after getting third base there with one out from Addison Coffey, the Joes can't get one across here as we're headed to the bottom of the second inning. Leading off for the Xenia Scouts will be Dugan Darnell. Stay tuned as you're listening to your Hamilton Joes Network.
In its 70th year of operation, All Wealth Federal Credit Union is proud to partner with Hamilton's hometown baseball team. All Wealth is Hamilton's only homegrown credit union, ready to assist with all of your financial needs. Their friendly staff are here to help the residents of Hamilton and Butler County live the American dream. Visit allwealth.org today and see how you can hit a financial home run with All Wealth.
Hamilton Joes Baseball is brought to you by Triangle Sign Company, a sign of quality since 1921. If your current signage isn't giving you the visibility to attract interest and assist in getting people in your door, then it's time for a custom sign solution from Triangle Sign Company. Whether you're a big or small business, school, or organization, they will design and build a sign that is just right for you. Offering their support for the Hamilton Joes, we thank Triangle Sign Company for their continued support. M&G Body Shop is your one-stop shop for car repair. Woman-owned and family-operated collision repair center. They can be reached at 513-851-9056 or can be found online at mgbody.com. A proud sponsor of the Hamilton Joes.
In its 70th year of operation, All Wealth Federal Credit Union is proud to partner with Hamilton's hometown baseball team. All Wealth is Hamilton's only homegrown credit union, ready to assist with all of your financial needs. Their friendly staff are here to help the residents of Hamilton and Butler County live the American dream. Visit allwealth.org today and see how you can hit a financial home run with All Wealth.
Bridgewater Falls is proud to continue its sponsorship of the Hamilton Joes. Bridgewater Falls offers guests a unique shopping experience with more than 30 shopping destinations, including Target, JCPenney, Best Buy, Dick's Sporting Goods, and many more. Bridgewater Falls also has a wide variety of delicious dining destinations. From burgers to pizza to sushi, experience all of the flavors Bridgewater Falls has to offer. Bridgewater Falls is located just off of Ohio 129 at the corner of Princeton Road and Bypass 4. Come experience great shopping, dining, and services in the heart of Fairfield Township at Bridgewater Falls.
We are back here at Grady's Field here in beautiful Xenia, Ohio, the hometown of Tecumseh, the famous Cherokee Indian, as the first pitch from John Cheatwood as he kicks and deals is going to be missed to Dugan Darnell. Dugan Darnell lost his spot there in the middle of that order as they're going to drop him down, possibly seeing a few more pitches to hit there than he would at the 3-hole. As the first pitch misses from Cheatwood, gets the sign from Michael Hall. Hall lining up on the inside part of that plate. Cheatwood taking a deep breath, kicks back in, deals. That pitch is going to be grounded out to Jared Kaufman. That's going to be the first out of the inning, so good job at Cheatwood of getting the first out. On the 4-3, and now coming up to plate is Nicholas Tuttle.
Yeah, and that ground out continues. Dugan Darnell is a little bit of a slump here as he was the only one last night to not get a hit from the Scouts, depending on how you scored that single to the outfield that Damon almost dove and got, and we were able to host someone at second. So if you call that a fielder's choice, then maybe he wasn't the only one.
So Tuttle coming up to the plate against Cheatwood. As the first pitch is going to be in there for a strike. Of course, we mentioned it earlier, it is Father's Day, so happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there and all the single moms that had to do it themselves, as they deserve some love too. And that pitch is going to be in there for a strike. And not only them, but the mentors, any father figure in the life, this day is for you, as both me and Zach Verdea are rocking our baby blue here in the press box, celebrating Father's Day. 0-2 the count here from John Cheatwood to Nicholas Tuttle as he gets the sign from Hall. Doesn't like the first two as he shakes his head, nod and no. And here comes the 0-2 as he takes a deep breath, kicks and deals, and that pitch is a ball on the outside part of the plate. Home plate umpire didn't want to pull the trigger there, and neither did Tuttle as he's talking back to the umpire how much that missed.
And you got to feel like Michael Hall's a little boiling his blood there after he struck out looking on a questionable call, and that one was close there and not getting the call there for Cheatwood.
Now, my experience as a catcher, it is kind of fun when plays like that happen. We saw Tuttle turn around and say something to the umpire, get a little laugh in there. I've actually hit a few times where I've turned around and said thank you to the umpire when I knew I should have been rung up, as that pitch is grounded down the line. 1-2 their count. Baseball is a laid-back sport, and it should be played as such. That's especially here in the summer. There's just a bunch of young men acting like boys out on a ball diamond. There gets to be a little rapport between the batter, the catcher, and the ump. Those are the best days. Home plate's the only position where you get to have a casual conversation during the game as that 1-2 pitch is fouled off. And as you listeners know, I like to jab my jaw a little bit. So back when I caught, I think I annoyed a lot of umpires just by how much I talked. 1-2 the count here from Cheatwood as he's looking back towards his field. And Tuttle kicking back in the box. He's got a little bit of an 0-2 adjustment, choking up a little bit. Sitting closer on the line of the box as that curveball is going to miss on the inside. Tuttle trying to move his hip to attract the ball there, trying to be a magnet and trying to get on base with a free pass, but it's going to miss him. 2-2 now the count as he evened it up, but Cheatwood's still in the seat now. So he's trying to put away Tuttle. Hall lining up on the outside part of the plate. I imagine Cheatwood's going to go right at him. He does just that as he gets a ground ball. They're going to say it's a foul ball as it hit off Tuttle's front ankle. So Tuttle's going to stay alive, and we're getting ready for the 8th pitch of this at-bat. So after getting a quick at-bat there from Dugan Darnell, Tuttle doing a good job at the 8th hole, making Cheatwood throw a few pitches. And Cheatwood looks like as if he's battling something out there on the bump as he bent over as he's going back towards the hill. I don't know if it's the heat or if it's his hip. You mentioned he was grabbing his hip a little earlier, and that could be why he's bending over, just stretching it out ever so slightly. As the 2-2 pitch here from Cheatwood takes a deep breath, kicks back, delivers. He misses that fastball up. Full count now. We'll see if Nicholas Tuttle can win, and we're going to see if Cheatwood is battling an injury, see how much it affects him here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. As though he looks all right so far, it might render him the more pitches he throws. Every time he has to go to his legs, go to his hips, make the movement, as this pitch is going to be up the middle here. Justin McConnell getting his glove on it, throwing it over to first base. They're going to say he was thrown out there as it was a bang-bang play over there at first base. I saw him as safe.
Yeah, that was a pretty close play there. The pole kind of obstructs the left seat's view here a little bit. But, yeah, all I saw was the umpire calling him out. It was a pretty incredible play by McConnell just to get to it up the middle. It was a pretty hard hit right past Cheatwood. But McConnell, we've seen his range time and again, so not too surprising after seeing that play.
I think in a more crucial situation there might have been some talk between the Scouts manager and the umpire, but here with just already one out in the bottom of the 2nd inning, the bottom of the order up, he's going to save that for a little later as this pitch is grounded out to Justin McConnell from Noah Orlando. He flicks it on over to first base. To say he stayed on the bag, and that's going to be the 3rd out of the inning. Quick inning there from John Cheatwood as he desperately needs that if he is fighting an injury. Stay tuned as we're going to head to the top of the 3rd, and Zach Verdea will be on the call as you're listening to your Hamilton Joes Network.
Proud Hamilton Joes sponsor Miller Coors wants to remind you, whether you're watching the Joes at Foundation Field or catching the game on YouTube, to never compromise on taste. Reach for a Miller Lite, the light beer that's always brewed for more taste with only 96 calories and brewed right here in Ohio. Miller Lite, hold true. At Smoothie King, we believe the best ingredients come from nature. That's why we keep adding more whole fruits and vegetables to our smoothies to help you get more out of every sip. At Smoothie King, we've added real whole raspberries bursting with fresh, crisp flavor, just in time for summer. Try an angel food raspberry or Greek yogurt raspberry smoothie for a limited time only. Enjoy whole raspberries at any of the 8 Cincinnati area Smoothie King locations. Smoothie King.
And welcome back, Hamilton Joes fans. As we're here in the top of the third inning, the Joes trailing the Scouts 1-0. As we'll have the top of the lineup, Trey Compton leading off. He's singled in his last at-bat, was caught stealing at second base. But we've seen time and again Compton be able to get the leadoff man on board for the Joes and do it consistently, whether it's hits or walks or hit by pitches. He's swinging at the first pitch, and he'll chop it over to the third baseman, Dugan Darnell, and he'll throw it over to Caleb Eater for a quick one pitch out here for the Xenia Scouts to start the inning.
Number 27, Hamilton.
So after just a short one pitch at bat, the Joes will have their 2-hole, who has hit 3 the whole season. This is the first time we're seeing him up at 2. Reid mentioned a couple times in the past about the trend of moving up your more trusted hitters up to 2-hole, and we're seeing that with Chris Hamilton after he hit a home run last night for the Joes, trying to cut the lead down from the Scouts, but that first pitch will miss for a ball. Bill's still out of the windup. Hamilton will drop that bunt down to the third base line. That's just a great bunt. They'll let it roll, but it will stay fair as that one will roll all the way down the line. No one will touch it, and it'll just be sitting in front of Duke and Darnell. You don't see that too often with this turf. We've talked a bunch of times about how it takes some weird spins, and it, especially going all the way down the line, you don't see that too often, as that's good bunt right there by Chris Hamilton, and the Joes will have a base runner here, again with 1 out. So Hamilton now 2 for 2 on the day after the bunt single. We'll see Justin McConnell, who did come in and have a hit in the first inning for the Joes. They had 3 straight hits to lead off the game. Trey Compton was caught stealing, so they didn't get any runs out of it, but McConnell, who's been hot lately, take ball 1 low. Now with Chris Hamilton at first, we've seen the Joes pretty aggressive in stealing, but after getting caught already once today, maybe they will hold him over there, but Bills will keep him close as that he throws over to first base. Caleb Eater slaps the tag, but not in time as Hamilton's back easily. So McConnell has a 1-0 count here. Look to get something he can drive as he will, and that will be right over the shortstop, Noah Orlando's head. So Chris Hamilton rounds second and heads for third, and he'll be in there. So back-to-back hits for the Joes here as McConnell joins Chris Hamilton in a 2 for 2 day. So they have runners on the corners now with 1 out. And Griffin Dorshing, the DH, coming up. He struck out in his last at-bat, but with runners on the corners and 1 out, this is definitely a guy that you want to see come up to the bat.
Yeah, that was a good job of Justin McConnell at getting his pitch and just sending it right over the shortstop's head and moving Chris Hamilton all the way over to third, and now Big Griffin Dorsing's in a RBI situation here in the top of the third.
So Dorshing in a big spot here. Bill's out of the stretch, and they'll send McConnell on the first pitch. He will be safe at second. Hamilton will come home, and he will be safe as well. They overthrow the catcher, Truman Brown. So McConnell steals second. Hamilton comes in to score. McConnell advances the third on the throw. Good piece of base running there by the Joes.
Yeah, that was a bad play there by the shortstop, Noah Orlando. Noah Orlando got the throw. It was a cut play on the first and third situation from Truman Brown. Truman Brown threw it to the right side of second base, and Noah Orlando had to come across, and then he pirouetted and threw it to home plate off his back foot after spinning and just sent it right over Brown. So if I was Noah Orlando, you got to just eat that one and give them the run.
As Dorshing chops out one foul here on his second pitch of that bat. Because they stole on the steal, the scoreboard up there. Did not register the pitch on the stolen base. But McConnell's at third now, so Dorshing an easier job here in a 1-1 game now as the Joes have a run in the top of the third inning and a runner on third with 1 out.
Yeah, Dorshing's got to try and just put the ball in play and give the Joes the lead.
And Dorshing will fight that one off. So 2-strike count. Dorshing doing a good job of fouling it off there.
Yeah, we saw Dorshing strike out in his first at-bat looking, or I guess it was swinging on the slider low and away. Let's see if Ben Bills goes back to the well there on the 1-2 count.
So now McConnell on third base waiting to come home as that one will miss high to Dorshing. Dorshing doing a good job there with 2 strikes of recognizing that high fastball, not chasing after it or anything. So we'll see if his patience pays off as Bills is set in the next pitch to him. as Dorshing sends that to left field. The left fielder way back. Dorshing will, and the left fielder Chandler Chambers makes an incredible play. No, he does not. That's a home run by Griffin Dorshing. He just ran right into the wall there. Kind of confusing there. Didn't look like he had it or not, but Dorshing sneaks that one over the left field wall. That'll be a 2-run home run. Dorshing's 3rd of the year.
Yeah, that was a play in which you saw the left fielder giving chase to it. It reminded me of the play that happened in the Super Regional just last week, the walk-off home run between Auburn and Flora, where the right fielder was giving chase on the ball, and it tipped off his glove and went over the fence, and it looked like, if you didn't have the right perspective, it looked like the left fielder came down with the ball, but no, you saw it just trick right over the outfield fence, and that's going to be a home run by Griffin Dorshing and a 3-1 lead here for the Joes in the top of the 3rd.
Yeah, he just lifted that one high and deep to left, and when he hits them, they carry, as that one looked like it could have been short of the wall there, but as the left fielder just kept going back and back, that one left this park. So the Joes now have a 3-1 lead here in the top of the 3rd on 3 runs this inning off the starting pitcher, Ben Bills, as Sean McGeehan will try to lay down a bunt there.
Now stay with me here, because that ball was not hit that hard. It looks like just a pop-up, but with the wind blowing out to left field and Griffin Dorshing's strength, we saw that ball just keep carrying, and the left fielder he looked like he was camped underneath it, just kept going back, falling back, and next thing you know, it was gone.
So an incredible feat of strength there by Dorshing. We seem to talk about that a lot, as it's now a 1-2 count to McGeehan with 1 out and nobody on. And he'll rip that one to left field. That'll get down, and that'll hop over the wall for a ground roll double. So Sean McGeehan and the Joes are getting after Ben Bills here after a couple scoreless innings. We saw them get 3 hits in the first inning and a hit in the second inning, so they've gotten at least a runner on base every time. And they're really jumping on here. After Dorshing's home run, McGeehan rips that one to left field, hops over the short porch over there in left field. So still with 1 out, and Jared Kaufman coming to the dish. McGeehan on second base. The Joes will look to get some more runs here off the starting pitcher Bills.
Yeah, we actually have seen Jared Kaufman put a good ride on the ball a few times this season, but not a whole lot showing for it as he's been unable to find open land.
That one will miss low and outside to Kaufman there as it's 1-0, and if Kaufman gets a pitch that he likes, we've seen in the past that he's definitely going to jump on it. That could help him here with 1 out and a runner in scoring position. So Bills set. The 1-0 will hit the outside corner for a 1-1 count here. So Bills looking into Truman Brown, his catcher for the Signs. He will come set, look once back at McGeehan, and Kaufman will jump on that one as that's skied high in the air. The shortstop Noah Orlando camped under it, and he will make the catch there. So now there are 2 outs for the Joes, still with that runner in scoring position. We'll see Addison Coffey, a little cleat switch up, trying to break this slump. We're not seeing his usual gold cleats. Seen some yellow ones, still some flavor in those. But we'll see if those help him out as he is 1 for 1 on the day. He hit that one pretty good into the hole. I think the scoreboard counted an error, but he hit it pretty good over there, and then he was able to beat it out. So
yeah, you mentioned Addison Coffey's cleats. It looks like he's switching up to his school cleats, as those are the Sun Devil burnt yellow and the brown. So representing a little Barry Bonds out there up there at the plate.
So far it's helped him here, and we'll see if it can with a runner still in scoring position. As the first pitch, he'll take a swing at and miss on the breaking ball from Bills.
Yeah, and Coffey, we've seen flashes of greatness out there on the ball diamond for them, but then just seems like he has some mental lapses as well.
And he will send that one to center field. The center fielder way back, but he will end up camping under it and getting the 3rd out of the inning, but not before the Joes put up 3 runs in the top of the 3rd, highlighted by a Griffin Dorshing 2-run shot that just carried and carried. So we'll be back here in the bottom of the 3rd as the Joes now lead 3-1 on your Hamilton Joes Network.
The Hamilton Joes are proud to partner with Planet Fitness, home of the Judgment Free Zone. You can experience the Judgment Free Zone by joining for only $10 a month. You can join in any of the 13 Cincinnati area Planet Fitness locations or online at planetfitness.com. Planet Fitness, the world judges, we don't.
Hamilton Joe's Baseball is brought to you by Triangle Sign Company, a sign of quality since 1921. If your current signage isn't giving you the visibility to attract interest and assist in getting people in your door, then it's time for a custom sign solution from Triangle Sign Company. Whether you're a big or small business, school, or organization, they will design and build a sign that is just right for you. Offering their support for the Hamilton Joes, we thank Triangle Sign Company for their continued support.
Fort Hamilton Hospital is a full-service community hospital who continues to lead the way to better health in the Butler County area, serving patients from Fairfield, Oxford, Cincinnati, and Middletown. Fort Hamilton Hospital combines modern technology, highly skilled physicians with a friendly, caring staff. Their offerings include maternity, emergency, the most advanced wound healing in Butler County, and a range of outpatient services. For care you can count on, visit Fort Hamilton Hospital, located at 630 Eaton Avenue in Hamilton.
And welcome back, Hamilton Joes fans. As we're here in the bottom of the third after the Joes put up 3 in the top half of the inning to take the 3-1 lead. We'll still see John Cheatwood out on the mound, hopefully shaking off his right side that he's just been holding. Hopefully nothing too serious, as we will see him for the third inning. So after 34 pitches here, we'll see if he still can hold up, as it is pretty toasty out here. Maybe it just might be a cramp of some sort, but he's still going, so you know he's okay. Leading off for the Xenia Scouts will be Carson Wright, the leadoff man. We saw him single to open it up for the Scouts. He did end up coming around to score, but he was the only run in the inning, as the Cheatwood was able to get out of that jam. Now has a 3-1 lead, so we'll see him pitching for the first time with the lead. As he will step on the mound and go out of the windup here with nobody on to start the inning. The left-handed right awaiting Cheatwood's pitch. He'll show bunt and pull it right back for ball one. And as a lefty who has a little speed, after seeing Chris Hamilton just ride that line all the way down, you got to think maybe I can do that one too.
Yeah, we've talked about it before, and we cannot stress it enough after taking the lead how important it is for the pitcher to go just right at the opposing team as he gets the strike there on the swing and miss. But yeah, just going right at the team and hanging up a 0 and not giving up free passes. That's the worst thing you can do, is give the opposing team free passes after getting a 3-run inning.
So the 1-1 count now as Wright still in there. Cheatwood long look in. As Wright sends that one sky high to center field, McGeehan not moving too much, as he'll just waltz in to get that one for the first out of the inning. So Cheatwood doing a good job of pitching with the lead here. One batter in as he gets a fly out to center field there.
Number 16, Chandler Chambers.
And Chandler Chambers now coming up, the left fielder. We saw almost make a pretty great catch out there, but not able to, as Griffin Dorsey got the 2-run home run there. But Chambers' last at-bat, we saw the bunt down the first base line in the E3, so we'll see how they go after him here after he only saw one pitch there on the bunt in his first at-bat. And he'll get time here, as it's happened a couple times. Cheatwood starting his windup, and just people, he does take his time whenever he's looking in, and really gets the sign, maybe the heat, maybe the side. But
one thing I really like that Cheatwood does when he's out there on the mound is before a lot of pitches, he takes a big old deep breath. You see it right there every single time after he gets the sign. Just takes a deep breath and then kicks back.
And that one will be in there for a strike on the outside corner. So Cheatwood going right after him here, as rough first inning, but ever since then he has retired the Scouts in order, as there's one out here in the bottom of the third inning and a 1-0 count here. Cheatwood doing a little pause there that he switches up every now and then. Misses high for the ball there.
Yeah, Cheatwood does that as well when he's in the windup. Doesn't do it as well in the stretch. Obviously, for obvious reasons, he can't do it as effectively. But yeah, he just likes to kind of fool with the hitters timing. And we mentioned it before. That's what Warren Spahn says. That's the key to pitching is fooling timing.
As that one will miss up and in for a ball. We see Cheatwood. Sometimes maybe we've had a couple of guys call time on him mid windup, so maybe that extra step where he takes some more time on it is just so they don't step out instead of him just standing there waiting a little longer like he likes to do. But 2-1 here to the Scouts 2-hole, who has reached base once today. So the 2-1 will also miss outside. As it's now 3-1, and Cheatwood looking to find the zone again as he's been pitching pretty well. Hasn't allowed a walk yet today. So with the 3-1 count, he'll look to go right after the 2-hole for the Scouts.
Yeah, Chandler Chambers got on his first at-bat by bunting the ball over to Michael Hale, which Michael Hale just lackadaisically went on over to
and the
first base.
Home plate umpire there rings him up there on a 3-1 count, but quickly realizes that. Now he's saying it's a 2-2 count, but it is full count here.
Yeah, this umpire is way off. It's a full count now.
No, 2-2 is fine. Yeah, if he wants it to be a 2-2 count, Cheatwood will definitely take that. He hasn't walked a guy on the day today.
And there's a discussion going on that it is a full count now. Now the blue finally has the right thing, as he did ring up there Chandler Chambers on the second strike.
Something you don't see too often. That's definitely amusing to watch.
Yeah, you got to just lay one in there now if you're John Cheatwood.
And Cheatwood blows it right by Chambers on the full count pitch. Regardless of the count there, it would have been strike 3, so Cheatwood doing a great job. It's his third strikeout on the day.
Yeah, I mean, Chandler Chambers just chased at a ball at his eyes. I think he was a little flustered by the umpire right there, because that can get into your head as a hitter. You don't want to be clear, but you get rung up on the 3-1 count, and then the umpire is saying it's 2-2, and then you have to argue with him to make it 3-2, and this gets in your head, and it's tough to hit sometimes with all this going on.
So now we'll see Graham Welch, the 3-hole today for the Scouts. We usually see Dugan Darnell up in this spot, but after last night, seeing Welch, who we saw last Sunday.
Yeah, he batted 3-hole last Sunday, Graham Welch did, and Darnell batted a little farther down in the lineup. I think he batted about 5-hole last Sunday.
So rip that over McConnell's head and into the gap there. Compton does a good job of sliding to keep it in front of him, but Welch will be in there easily for a double. So he just roped that one, just not able, McConnell not tall enough or the vertical enough to be able to get that one.
Yeah, McConnell, I don't think he makes the play either way, but he didn't even put his glove up to attempt for the ball. He hopped, jumped, and everything, but kept his glove by his side. And you ask yourself, what's it hurt to at least attempt for it?
So now Ryan Bertelsmann, the 4-hole, who we've seen in this spot just about every game for the Scouts. He struck out in his first at-bat with a couple of runners in scoring position, so he'll have a runner in scoring position here with 2 outs. See what he can do, as the first pitch is a strike on the outside corner for Cheatwood.
Yeah, and Cheatwood's got to minimize the damage here. He did a good job of getting the leadoff and the 2-hole guy out this inning, but now the Scouts are threatening with 2 outs, and after getting 3 runs in the top of the third, you need to hang a 0.
Cheatwood out of the stretch now with that runner on second base. And the 0-1 count to Bertelsmann. That will miss outside. So Cheatwood definitely takes his time still in the windup. He can't do it in the same way as he does in the stretch. Can't do it the same way as he does in the windup. But he does do that, as you've mentioned a couple times, the set, toe taps, all that stuff. So maybe
all the good stuff.
All the stuff you want to see when he's pitching well.
Just staying in the same rhythm.
Couple looks back at the runner at second. Cheatwood will fire that one in for a ball. So now there's a 2-1 count here to Ryan Bertelsmann, who is 0 for 1 on the day, as we have mentioned. And Bertelsmann was able to get a hit there, 1 for 5 last night in the Scouts' little hit parade they had there. Is most of the players who played did have a hit. So the 2-1 as Chewood comes set will be sent over there to Kaufman at second base, a ground ball, and he'll fire it over to Hale easily. So one hit there for the Scouts, but they won't be able to do anything with it. That sounded like that bat cracked a little bit there or something, but that's the third out of the inning. Joe's still leading 3-1 going to the top of the fourth inning. We'll be right back on your Hamilton Joe's Network.
Hamilton, the original and simply the best. That's Wings on Brookwood, located at 147 North Brookwood Avenue. Family owned and operated for over 20 years, Wings on Brookwood offers both lunch and nightly specials. Before or after the Joe's game, stop by Wings on Brookwood. You'll be in good company.
M&G Body Shop is your one-stop shop for car repair. Woman-owned and family-operated collision repair center. They can be reached at 513-851-9056 or can be found online at mgbody.com. A proud sponsor of the Hamilton Joes. The Hamilton Joes play ball on the banks of the Miami River, but the Great Miami Crew Rowing Squad is happy to sponsor the Hamilton Joes during the Great Lakes Summer Collegiate League baseball season.
Your AAA store has moved to a new location in Hamilton. 2870 Menards Boulevard in Fairfield Township is your new home for all your travel, insurance, and attraction ticket needs. AAA has great member deals on everything you need for a great vacation. Visit AAA today in Fairfield Township to join America's largest motor club organization or online at AAA.com.
So the Hamilton Joes will now be at bat here in the top of the fourth inning after scoring 3 runs last inning and Cheatwood being able to retire the Scouts fairly quickly there after giving up just one double there, but not able to capitalize on it as Hale will rip that first one foul. Michael Hale, the 8-hole for the Joes.
Hale came up in his first at-bat after having 2 errors there in the bottom of the first inning. Came up in the second inning with a runner on third base and 1 out, but struck out swinging there and couldn't do the job there for the Joes.
So he'll send that one to center field. The center fielder, Graham Welch, is back, and he'll be under that one for the first out of the inning. It's Michael Hale putting a bat on the ball there, but just hanging up there a little too much as he's retired for the first out.
I still am amazed by how well the ball travels in this league. I mean, wooden bats, obviously these are incredible hitters, but the ball sometimes doesn't jolt off the bat as well as it does on a metal bat for obvious reasons. But still, it travels well, and this isn't the biggest field in the league, but still, you do got to put a good ride on it to get it out.
Yeah, well, we've seen that a couple times in a couple games that we've seen here. Trey Compton sent one to center field a couple games ago that carried pretty well, but they did retire him. And then we saw Dorshing's home run that just carried on out of here. We have a 1-1 count after Michael Hall, the catcher, fouls one back. And it's be a little confusing as we have Michael Hale and then Michael Hall following him. Same first name, same last name besides one letter. The last one is a outside pitch and low, but it is called for a strike. Michael Hall just did it. Hall just not getting the benefit of the doubt in any of his at-bats so far. That'll miss low for a ball. So now a 2-2 count here for the Joes catcher. The 2-2 pitch to him. He'll foul that one off outside there, but Michael Hall has seen in his couple at bats that he's got to protect there, and especially with 2 strikes, just fouling that one straight back.
Yeah, Ben Bill's just trying to get through this inning quickly after giving him up 3 runs, trying to get back in the rhythm out there on the mound and trying to get the confidence back up.
So the 2-2 will miss high, so we'll see a full count here to the Joes 9-hitter with 1 out. Joe's still leading 3-1 after the 3-run last inning. 2-run home run by Dorshing as they're out hitting the Scouts 6-2 here as Hall gets time with full count.
Already been 5 errors on the board today, but other than that, there hasn't been any other free passes.
And Hall will do a good job of fouling off that full count breaking ball from Bills, and we'll do it again here.
Yeah, he's doing a good job at just not going down without a fight here as the 9-hole, making the pitcher throw a lot of pitches.
The full count pitch again as chopped over. The third baseman, Darnell, will come in and field a throw over to first base. Caleb Eater there, and they'll get him as Michael Hall was busting it down the line there and just not able to beat it out, as that will be the second out of the inning here, as the Joes will now see the top of the lineup coming up with Trey Compton.
Yeah, I mean, Michael Hall isn't going to win any track records here, isn't going to win any tracker awards, but he does do a good job behind the plate and swinging the bat. We actually saw him out in front of that pitch, which is new for us. We normally see him going backside.
First pitch to Compton is in there for a strike, the breaking ball from Bills. So with 2 outs, Compton just looking to put one out there. He's 1 for 2 on the day. Did single in the first inning as that's sent over to the second baseman, Nick Tuttle, and he'll throw it over to first base to retire the side. So a quick inning there for the Joes in the top, the Joes hitters in the top of the fourth inning. As we'll be back in the bottom of the fourth. Cheatwood will be back out on the mound for the Joes here on your Hamilton Joes Network.
The Fitton Center for Creative Arts kicks off its 25th anniversary celebrations with its annual season launch party on Friday, August 17th from 5 to 11 p.m. The season launch is a free community event with all parts of the Fitton Center open to the public, including galleries, classrooms, studios, as well as performance and event spaces. Enjoy light appetizers and a cash bar, while the 10-piece River City Party Band will perform on the Riverview Terrace. For more information, visit fittoncenter.org or like the Fitton Center on Facebook.
Pate Appliance Services have given you 61 years of phenomenal service for any appliance that you need. With flexible scheduling, automated reminders, state-of-the-art service, and an A-plus customer satisfaction rating from the Better Business Bureau, Pate Appliance Services is there for you. They can be reached at 513-863-4700 or found online at pateappliance.com. Richard's Pizza is one of Hamilton, Ohio's most favorite spots, bringing you Richard's famous steak sandwiches since 1955 and a proud supporter of your hometown Hamilton Joes. Whether it's pizzas, salads, pastas, or a little bit of fudge for dessert, Richard's Pizza has it all for you and your family.
And we'll see John Cheatwood still out on the mound for the Hamilton Joes as they have a 3-1 lead here going into the bottom of the fourth inning.
Yeah, Cheatwood is struggling with some physical ailments out there. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see him go too much further, regardless of how effective he is out there on the mound. And the last time we saw him, he did very well first time through the order. It was the second time through the order that really caused him troubles, as he's nearly midway through the second time of the order as the 5-hole Caleb Eater's coming up to the plate. He struck out his first at-bat.
Yeah, so we'll see Caleb Eater, who did start the first game of the year against the Joes as the starting pitcher. We'll see him playing first base today, hitting 5-hole. We've seen him in the lineup a couple times, just saw him pitch the once. That first pitch is high for a ball. Cheatwood doing a pretty good job of containing this Scouts lineup after the first inning, giving up one hit, a couple errors in the run. But since then, just one hit, the double in the last inning, and there was 2 outs already there, and he was able to retire the next batter to go unscathed. That's a ball for ball 2, so we'll see a 2-0 count now here. So the 2-0 pitch to Caleb Eater. He'll see it from John Cheatwood out of the windup, as it is in there for a strike. So good job of Cheatwood not falling behind even more, as we see a 2-1 count now.
Yeah, getting a little bit of breeze as the trees that cascade their way around the outfield fence are moving a little bit in the wind, and that's definitely got to help out there on the turf.
And Eater will send that 2-1 pitch into center field for a base hit. So Eater gets a hitter's count, good pitch that he that he wanted, and sent that one to center field.
Yeah, it was just a pitch on the bottom part of the zone. It was a good job by Eater, just dropping the barrel down on it and sending it hard up into the middle of the field. Now there's a runner on first base with no one out, as Cheatwood's got to try and induce a ground ball to get quick 2 outs here, especially with the catcher up, Truman Brown.
And we have seen Cheatwood get 4 groundouts today and a couple strikeouts, only 1 flyout, so 2 flyouts. So he's gotten a couple ground balls already. We'll see if he can do it again. As Truman Brown flew out to the left fielder in his last at-bat. That'll miss outside for a ball.
If Eater is a stolen base guy, which I don't know much about Caleb Eater, this is the right guy to steal on. Cheatwood doesn't have the quickest delivery to the plate.
Yeah, we've seen that in the first start of Cheatwoods. We saw that a lot as they swiped 4 bags on him. We'll see if Eater is going at all this at-bat as Cheatwood's down 1-0. And Brown will foul that one straight back over the netting. It'll be 1-1 here. That runner on first base still hanging out there. Not too much movement from Eater.
Caleb Eater he's got some size on him in the length department. He's got some long legs. Haven't seen him run, but typically first basemen aren't the quickest. But it doesn't take the quickest to steal against John Cheatwood. It just takes a good jump because he will be slow to the plate.
It's Cheatwood out of the stretch. Look to keep him close over there at first as that one's skied it out there. Addison Coffey in foul territory. Looks like he's pretty camped under it, and he is. So that's the first out. Good piece of pitching there by John Cheatwood to keep the runner at not only at first base but get the out in foul territory there. So 1 out now, and that double play ground ball would be perfect right now.
Yeah, Dugan Darnell up, and if they would steal, this is the right time with a lefty on the hill, and Cheatwood's going to need to call time again as he's going to need to stretch out his back once again. It's looking like a back issue unless it is the heat that is bothering him. He's taking his time, dropped his glove, just walking around behind the mound. He's 1-6 to the plate. I dropped my handy-dandy stopwatch out on my iPhone and clocked in the last 2 pitches. He's 1-6 to the plate, and that's pretty slow. And typically you like a pitcher to be 1-3, 1-2 to the plate, 1-6. Doesn't help your catcher by any means. And with a left-handed hitter, Michael Hall is not going to be able to see Caleb Eater steal until he's halfway to second base as Eater's trying to get the jump on Cheatwood.
That one will nick the outside corner there for a first pitch strike for Cheatwood. So Cheatwood doing a good job of getting ahead of the hitter there with 1 out and a runner on first base after a good AB for Cheatwood to Truman Brown. Truman Brown probably not too happy with that pop out in foul territory at third base. So the 0-1 as Cheatwood's out of the stretch, taking his time, and that one will miss inside. So the 7-hole for the Scouts, Dugan Darnell, who we've talked about a couple times today, down towards 7. We haven't seen him down there a lot. He grounded out in his last at-bat, so if Cheatwood could get that result again, he would love that.
Yeah, he grounded out to Jared Kaufman over at second base, and you could really ground out to anyone in this infield, and Ned had a good chance at turning 2 with how smooth this team can be defensively. And sometimes struggle with the routine plays.
That one's right in there for a strike. As Eater was dancing around a little bit there, but no movement still as this is the second batter, so maybe we won't see him moving over there, but I might have just jinxed it.
Yeah, Eater, I thought, had the jump there. We talked about this new school lead where they're just hopping around out there trying to get Cheatwood, trying to be hopping the same time that Cheatwood's picking up his leg, and I thought Eater had it, but it takes quick decision skills from the base runners as Eater was slow right there.
It's the 1-2 pitch to Darnell. Be swung at and flared over to left field. That will land just foul as Compton was coming on it, but that one was flaring pretty good, so Compton would not have had a play on there. Just lucky to get that one to land foul. So we'll see a 1-2 count yet again to Dugan Darnell.
1-2 the count here with 1 out. That definitely would have fell in there for Darnell, who is slumping a little bit at the plate. And when you're slumping, you can take any way you can get on. It doesn't matter how hard you hit it. You get on base with a base knock, you'll take that thing to the bank.
So Darnell stepping out here, maybe Cheatwood stepping off the mound there, but we're waiting here as they're both back in the box and on the mound ready to go for this another 1-2 pitch. Cheatwood look to go right after him and not lose him here. As he comes set, and the 1-2 pitch will miss outside. Not a bad pitch there by Cheatwood.
Yeah, Cheatwood went with the fastball up in the zone after going off speed on the last pitch, but Darnell thought about it but didn't go for it there as he notches it even at 2-2.
It's the 2-2 count here. Still that runner on first base, Caleb Eater, hanging out as he's got only a few steps off first base. The 2-2 will ring up Dugan Darnell as he was trying to stick that leg out maybe to draw a hit by pitch there, but he's rung up looking as that'll be another strikeout for John Cheatwood here.
Yeah, he did try to get that knee, and it was a good job by Cheatwood. He had a little run action on that two-seamer as it looked like it could have nicked Darnell, but just ran right in on the lefty and came back into the strike zone for strike 3, and the umpire was ringing him right up, and Darnell knew that because he was walking straight back to the dugout the second it crossed the plate.
Yeah, it's good to see the ump get his stuff together there and ring up someone with 2 strikes. As Cheatwood will throw over to Eater. The first time he's even really paid attention too much over there. As we've had 2 batters after the leadoff single, and Caleb Eater hasn't moved too much over there. Thought maybe a couple times he had the opportunity for a jump, but he'll stay there as we'll see the 8-hitter Nick Tuttle, the shortstop, send that one right back to center field. So that's single for the Scouts as we see Caleb Eater get a little too far off, rounding second base there, but Kaufman may not just seen him behind him, and Eater able to scamper back to the bag safely.
No, he saw McGeehan rush to get the throw into him, but since he doesn't have eyes in the back of his head, he didn't see how far Eater was off, and he started running. He didn't know which direction to run and actually ran past Eater, because if he would have known what was up right there, Eater would have been out from here to there, but instead it's first and second with 2 outs.
So after that single by Nick Tuttle, we'll see 9-hole Noah Orlando with a runner on second and first base with 2 outs. So Cheatwood will look to go right after Orlando here, the 9-hole, and not see the top of the lineup. As we'll have thump call time here and go over and talk to the Scouts manager Bubba Cates at third base, see what the problem is.
Yeah, Victor Bubba Cates is getting talked from the umpire, and he might have got thrown out, or I don't know what's going on. Is he's talking to his dugout right now. Bubba Cates, Delta State University grad. Delta State, a premier program in Division II. I mentioned this before, but they actually had the first ever non-Division I player be a finalist for the Golden Spikes player, Division II, Zach Shannon, who's from the Cincinnati area. He had 32 home runs this year in just 50 games.
You can always count on some keen gold nuggets from Reid every game as that first pitch is a ball.
Yeah, I was actually keeping close tack there on Zach Shannon. At one point, I think in 19 games or 21 games, he had like 15 home runs.
Those are some powerful numbers there. As I'd like to see that happen. But 9-hole Noah Orlando still at bat here as that's a strike 1 to him, and we'll have a 1-1 count here.
I like how you called my little worthless information nuggets. It gives a nice connotation to them.
Golden nuggets. Even,
Golden
yeah.
nuggets.
Get the not silver or bronze, first place for those factoids, whatever you want to call them.
I'm chock full of them.
Just going with it. As a 1-1 pitch here to Noah Orlando, will be right in there for a strike on the outside corner. So Cheatwood and Bills getting a heavy dose of the outside corner call today, as we haven't seen that a whole lot from umpires so far in the young season. So Eater still on first, and Nick Tuttle, the second baseman, on first base, as Noah Orlando has a 1-2 count against him, and Cheatwood gets his sign from Michael Hall, and he'll come set, looking back at Eater for a second, for a couple more seconds, as he'll send that pitch in there, and Orlando will shoot it back right over the Joe's dugout and out of play.
Yeah, Cheatwood doesn't work that quick. He reminds me of Ryan Moeller from yesterday for the Xenia Scouts, and very methodical out there on the hill. He's done 67 pitches. And he does work somewhat efficiently, but still, he takes his time. He takes a deep breath between each pitch.
as we see him doing it again here with a couple of toe taps to get set. Eater fake running over there, and that's an outside pitch that misses. As I just mentioned that we've seen that pitch get called a strike basically all day. We now have a 2-2 count to North Orlando.
Yeah, the home plate umpire missed one there, and it's not the first one we've seen him miss today, as he's actually done it a couple of times, really. And John Cheatwood hoping that this pitch isn't a catastrophe.
So
sometimes these things happen.
So the 2-2 pitch here will run inside on Orlando, and he'll be wise to take that one. So now, from an outside corner pitch that is questionable, moving it to 2-2. Now we see a full count after that ball to North Orlando. So full count, Cheatwood will look to not load him up here, as this is a big pitch with a runner on first and second and a 3-1 lead. Cheatwood looking in from Hall, getting his sign. He comes set. And the full count pitch, as the runners are moving, will be swung right through by North Orlando. So a couple hits in the inning, but Cheatwood able to also strike a couple out. Come through clutch there on the full count pitch. Sees waltzing off the field. Maybe that side is still bothering him a little bit, but he gets out of it. 3-1 Joes going to the top of the fifth inning. We'll be right back on your Hamilton Joes Network.
Bridgewater Falls is proud to continue its sponsorship of the Hamilton Joes. Bridgewater Falls offers guests a unique shopping experience with more than 30 shopping destinations, including Target, JCPenney, Best Buy, Dick's Sporting Goods, and many more. Bridgewater Falls also has a wide variety of delicious dining destinations. From burgers to pizza to sushi, experience all of the flavors Bridgewater Falls has to offer. Bridgewater Falls is located just off of Ohio 129 at the corner of Princeton Road and Bypass 4. Come experience great shopping, dining, and services in the heart of Fairfield Township at Bridgewater Falls.
Richard's Pizza is one of Hamilton, Ohio's most favorite spots, bringing you Richard's famous steak sandwiches since 1955 and a proud supporter of your hometown Hamilton Joes. Whether it's pizzas, salads, pastas, or a little bit of fudge for dessert, Richard's Pizza has it all for you and your family.
The Hamilton Joes are proud to partner with Planet Fitness, home of the Judgment Free Zone. You can experience the Judgment Free Zone by joining for only $10 a month. You can join in any of the 13 Cincinnati area Planet Fitness locations or online at planetfitness.com. Planet Fitness, the world judges, we don't.
Proud Hamilton Joes sponsor Miller Coors wants to remind you, whether you're watching the Joes at Foundation Field or catching the game on YouTube, to never compromise on taste. Reach for a Miller Lite, the light beer that's always brewed for more taste with only 96 calories and brewed right here in Ohio. Miller Lite, hold true.
Welcome back to here at Grady's Field. I'm Reid Mouse, joined along here with Zach Verdea as the first pitch here in the top of the fifth is lined down the right field line, but it's only going to be a single there from Chris Hamilton as he continues his tear at the 2-hole, as he is 3 for 3 on the day. A fantastic start, and we're only halfway through the game. Is now coming up to the plate is Justin McConnell. Justin McConnell, he is 2 for 2 as well at the plate. He had a double and a single, or two singles actually. The last ball he hit could have been a double if no one was on base. But Bo just having a good start at the top of that order for the Hamilton Joes as they are trying to threaten here in the top of the fifth with Ben Bill still on the bump for the Xenia Scouts. The first pitch in there to McConnell is going to miss. 1-0 the count.
Yeah, and with manager Adam Grissom, we're seeing Andrew Gunther, the interim manager right now, moving Hamilton up to second, and it's been working.
As now Justin McConnell has his third hit of the day, and that 2-3 hole have 6 of the Joes 8 hits themselves. As this new order, normally it goes McConnell 2 and Hamilton 3, but they flip-flop today, and it is working perfectly. Is now coming up to plate is Griffin Dorshing. He's 1 for 2 on the day. Last ball we mentioned he had a 2-run shot that snuck out over the left fielder's glove, right off the glove and over the fence for a home run there from Griffin Dorshing. And now they're threatening again here in the top of the fifth inning, no one out. And the RBI man himself, first baseman Actually, he's DHing today as he takes the first pitch for a ball. Dorsing, 6'4", 275 pounds. Grew up in Wisconsin where he lifted milk cows all day, dairy cows. That's where he got his humongous size. He takes the 1-0 pitch for a strike on the outside part of the plate. That's actually the exact same pitch that we just saw John Cheatwood not get. Ben Bills out there on the hill. He's given up 8 hits already. The Xenia Scouts have allowed 3 errors as well, as Chris Hamilton's going to steal third base and be out there at third base. So Chris Hamilton breaking one of the cardinal rules of baseball and being the first out of the inning out there over at third base. So when they had first and second and no one out with Griffin Dorsing at the plate, now it is runner on second base with 1 out.
Yeah, that was a pretty close play there for Hamilton. It looked like the throw may have beat him there, but it looked like the tag may have been on his knee with his other leg extended, but not according to the base umpire as he calls him out there at third base.
Yeah, where normally you'd see a guy speed up when it's quicker, obviously, on turf to slide, but for some reason it seemed like he might have slowed down his momentum as Griffin Dorsing lines one into left field. That's going to be an out, and that's the second out of the inning. And McConnell's going to tag up and go to third base, and he's going to be safe. But it was a close play over there at third base. And if he was thrown out there, that would have been an interesting call because then he would have scored regardless with 2 outs and him being a quick, speedy runner on second base. But he tried and tagged up, but it's all for naught. All my critique is not needed as now there's a runner on third base and 2 outs.
It looks like we'll see a pinch hitter here for Sean McGeehan, who doubled in his last at-bat, but looks like Tyler Thaman is coming in.
And so Thaman's coming up to the plate. Yeah, we saw McGeehan double down the left field line his last time up. But Thaman's going to come in here in the top of the 5th inning. Wonder if that would mean, because he's typically the right fielder, that'd probably mean that Compton's going to move to center field. Chris Hamilton to left, and Thaman going to stick over there in right field. As the 0-0 pitch to Thaman is grounded over to the third baseman. That's going to be flicked over in the end of the inning there as with runners on first and second, the stolen base by Chris Hamilton really negated any chance that the Joes had to score some runs, and that marks the end of the 5th inning, top of the 5th inning. We're headed to the bottom. Stay tuned as you're listening to your Hamilton Joes Network.
Hamilton Joe's Baseball is brought to you by Triangle Sign Company, a sign of quality since 1921. If your current signage isn't giving you the visibility to attract interest and assist in getting people in your door, then it's time for a custom sign solution from Triangle Sign Company. Whether you're a big or small business, school, or organization, they will design and build a sign that is just right for you. Offering their support for the Hamilton Joes, we thank Triangle Sign Company for their continued support.
The Fitton Center for Creative Arts kicks off its 25th anniversary celebrations with its annual season launch party on Friday, August 17th from 5 to 11 p.m. The season launch is a free community event with all parts of the Fitton Center open to the public, including galleries, classrooms, studios, as well as performance and event spaces. Enjoy light appetizers and a cash bar, while the 10-piece River City Party Band will perform on the Riverview Terrace. For more information, visit fittoncenter.org or like the Fitton Center on Facebook. Your AAA store has moved to a new location in Hamilton. 2870 Menards Boulevard in Fairfield Township is your new home for all your travel, insurance, and attraction ticket needs. AAA has great member deals on everything you need for a great vacation. Visit AAA today in Fairfield Township to join America's largest motor club organization or online at AAA.com.
We are back here at Grady's Field here in Xenia, Ohio. We're going to see the Xenia Scouts try to get something going here in the bottom of the 5th inning. They're down 3-1, and leading off for them is the right guy that you want, the leadoff hitter, Carson Wright. Carson Wright's 1 for 2 on the day. He came around and scored in the first inning. The only run that the Scouts have on the ledger thus far. He popped out his second at bat there in the 3rd inning. But now here in the bottom of the 5th, John Cheatwood's going to try and get something, try and get a 1-2-3 inning for the Joes, as he seems to be
battling some sort of physical ailment. He keeps taking his time out there on the mound as he works quick here. The first pitch is going to miss up and away for a ball. Yeah, but he's taking a few times, stretching out behind the mound. He walks slowly off the hill. But Cheatwood definitely battling something out there, but not enough to negate his start as he's still out there for his 5th inning of work as the 1-0 pitch is kicked, delivered, and fired for a miss. 2-0 the count.
And it does look like the Joes have someone warming up in the pen out there. Looks like lefty Ryan Schmidt, who we've seen a heavy dose of so far this year. And with a couple lefties in this lineup, maybe the guy you want to get in.
Ryan Schmidt hasn't been the best out of the pen. He's definitely been productive at times, but he also gives up a fair amount of runs and hits as the 2-0 pitch is check swung at, and that's going to be the first strike of the at-bat. 2-1 our count. Yeah, he hasn't had a clean relief appearance yet. And sometimes that's just very, very good to know that you have out of the pen is just a guy that can get you 1, 2, 3, especially if you put him in on a fresh inning. As the 2-1 delivery from Cheatwood is thrown, and it's going to be grounded to the second baseman, Jared Kaufman, who backhands it, throws it over, and gets the speedy Carson Wright. That's the first out of the inning for Cheatwood, so a good job after falling behind 2-0 at getting Carson Wright out. One gone here, and now coming up to the plate, bumping out to some explosive by Dr. Dre is Chandler Chambers.
Yeah, and with Cheatwood probably knows that they have a guy warming up out in the pen. And this is the 5th inning, and the Joes are up 3-1, so you got to think in the back of his mind, he's like, if I can just get these 2 outs right here, I can be in line for a win. And looks like he may want to get it himself as he fell behind early there, but was able to come back on the leadoff hitter for the Scouts, Carson Wright.
He has thrown a fair amount of pitches through 4 1/3. He's already at 75. He has only given up 1 run as the first pitch is thrown to the backstop here. 1-0 the count.
Yeah, and I don't know how interested the Scouts are in actually bunting, but it seems like we see a fair amount of Scouts hitters showing bunt on that first pitch. We just saw Carson Wright do it about every single at-bat, and then Chandler Chambers there, and that one ran up and in on him.
And you see teams that play on turf a lot more like the bunt, and that's mainly because you run so much quicker on turf that you don't have to worry about it. It's pretty much just going right at it. As the 1-0 pitch is swung on and missed, that would have been a ball. 2-0 as the pitch was at Chambers' eye line. 1-1 the count here with 1 out.
Took a healthy cut at that high fastball there.
So Cheatwood getting the sign from Michael Hall. Takes a deep breath, kicks back, and delivers, and that pitch is going to miss on the outside part of the plate. 2-1 the count now, and we've seen home plate umpire be inconsistent on that pitch. Sometimes he calls it, sometimes he doesn't. I think it's mainly because Truman Brown's doing a better job at lining up there on the outside part of the plate. Mike Hall's staying more centered as the 2-1 pitch is going to be fouled off back to the screen. 2-2 now the count. So the 2-2 count here in the 2-hole up. John Cheatwood, who's moseying his way back to the mound. I mean, he looks like he's definitely dealing with something. I don't know if that's just his demeanor, but the body language on Cheatwood looks at least at some point defeated as the 2-1 is going to be nothing as Chandler Chambers calls a timeout before the pitch can be delivered.
We've seen that a handful of times today, and we've seen Cheatwood take his time, walk around, take his hat off, take his glove off, and kind of just rub that side of his a little bit since the first inning. So it's impressive to still see him out here in the 5th.
So the 2-2 is going to be on the inside part of the plate for a ball. 3-2 now the count, and Cheatwood's got to come right at Chandler Chambers.
Joes may have Schmidt ready and waiting in the pen, or they feel like Cheatwood can finish this one, and they just have him taking his time out there.
Yeah, Cheatwood's definitely got something. His body language is just not the same that we saw as this pitch is going to be grounded to Justin McConnell. McConnell flicks it on over and gets Chandler Chambers out there at second base as it was close, but the right call was made. 2 outs as Graham Welch coming up to the plate. He's gotten on twice. There was an error by Michael Hale in the first at-bat. Then he had a double his last.
Yeah, and we saw McConnell's classic field smooth into the throw on the run. So good throw, able to get the speedy Chandler Chambers there at first base.
So the 0-0 count to Graham Welch. Cheatwood takes a deep breath, kicks back, winds, delivers. 1-0 the count now as he misses that one up and away. Cheatwood. Slow, methodical pace to his delivery. So here comes the 1-0. Gets the sign, takes a deep breath, and delivers. Pitch is going to be in there for a strike. 1-1 now the count.
And the times we have seen Cheatwood fall behind early in the count, he usually comes back with a next pitch fastball for a strike. Or even if it's 2-0, he usually has been a pretty good job of battling back. As still, we haven't seen him walk a man today.
So here comes the 1-1 from Cheatwood. And this pitch is going to be grounded over to Jared Kaufman. Now mark the end of the fifth here. We're headed to the top of the sixth with the Joes up 3-1, and leading off for your Hamilton Joes will be Jared Kaufman, the man who recorded the last out there for the Hamilton Joes. Stay tuned as you're listening to your Hamilton Joes Network.
Fort Hamilton Hospital is a full-service community hospital who continues to lead the way to better health in the Butler County area, serving patients from Fairfield, Oxford, Cincinnati, and Middletown. Fort Hamilton Hospital combines modern technology, highly skilled physicians with a friendly, caring staff. Their offerings include maternity, emergency, the most advanced wound healing in Butler County, and a range of outpatient services. For care you can count on, visit Fort Hamilton Hospital, located at 630 Eaton Avenue in Hamilton.
Pate Appliance Services have given you 61 years of phenomenal service for any appliance that you need. With flexible scheduling, automated reminders, state-of-the-art service, and an A-plus customer satisfaction rating from the Better Business Bureau, Pate Appliance Services is there for you. They can be reached at 513-863-4700 or found online at pateappliance.com. The Hamilton Joes play ball on the banks of the Miami River, but the Great Miami Crew Rowing Squad is happy to sponsor the Hamilton Joes during the Great Lakes Summer Collegiate League baseball season. The Hamilton Joes play ball on the banks of the Miami River, but the Great Miami Crew Rowing Squad is happy to sponsor the Hamilton Joes during the Great Lakes Summer Collegiate League baseball season. The Hamilton
Your AAA store has moved to a new location.
We are back here at Grady's Field. We had a little bit of technical difficulties there. We are back at Grady's Field where Jared Kaufman's going to lead off for the Hamilton Joes here in the top of the sixth inning as they have a 3-1 lead against the Xenia Scouts. The Joes, of course, riding a 5-game losing streak. They are 2-5 this season. Their last win coming here at Grady's Field last Sunday, a week ago today, as Jared Kaufman falls by, notches it up at 1-1 as the pitch from Ben Bills is in there on the outside part of the plate. Ben Bills gets the sign from Truman Brown. He kicks, delivers, and deals, missing again 2-1. Ben Bills working quickly out there on the mound. So Bills gets the sign from Brown, kicks back, delivers. And the 2-1 is popped up into left field as the left fielder's raining underneath it, and that's going to be an out here as Jared Kaufman pops out, and he's 0 for 3 on the day. He's popped out in all 3 at-bats. That's the second time he's popped up to the left fielder, and now coming up to the plate is Addison Coffey. Addison Coffey is 1 for 2 on the day. He's 1 for 2 on the ledger. Got on in his first at-bat. Well, wasn't able to come around to score. Second at-bat, he popped up to center field. Was back in the third inning. As the first pitch is going to be in there for a strike. Ben Bills has really settled in ever since that 3-run third, retiring 7 of his last 8 batters, and that makes it 8 of 9 as Coffey puts a decent ride on it to the left fielder.
but it's all for naught as that's the second out of the inning. And Michael Hale coming up to the plate for Hamilton Joes.
Number 15, Hale.
Michael Hale on the ledger. He's 0 for 2 as well.
Yeah, and that was just the 70th pitch in the 6th inning and threw 5 2/3 here for Bills. So keeping his pitch count fairly low for allowing 8 hits so far.
Yeah, I actually have him with 9 hits, but 6 of those coming from Chris Hamilton and Justin McConnell. One from Trey Compton, one from Sean McGeehan, and Addison Coffey rounded it out. I think the scoreboard gave Addison Coffey's an error, as this pitch is going to line into left field for Michael Hale for a base knock, making it a dead even 10, and they're going to try to go to second base. Michael Hale is, and he's going to be safe there. Beautiful hustle play as the ball hopped up on the left fielder, hit off his hip, went about 3 feet away from him. We see Michael Hale be very aggressive out there on the base pass, and now he's in scoring position here with 2 outs, and Michael Hall coming up to the plate.
Yeah, that was a great job by Hale there, just noticing the play out in left field around at first hard and chopping it down to second base as he made a great head first slide, able to beat the throw.
Now, Zach, you're the voice of reason in this booth. Should we give Michael Hale a double or a single there on that call?
I had already written down single whenever he roped it, but I did change it to a double there, as necessarily didn't see the bobble too much out there in left field.
Yeah,
It's a little blocked.
I
But
give Zach Verdea the duties of being the official scorekeeper of the press box, but I wear many hats. I've got to be the best looking one. I've got to be the funny one. I've got to be the better play-by-play guy.
you got to carry with the Golden Nuggets.
Yeah. So 1-0 the count to Michael Hall as the first pitch misses down, and he's going to ground that one out to Noah Orlando over at shortstop, and he's not going to make it to first base, and that marks the end of the 3rd inning. So even with the double there by Michael Hale, Ben Bills works very quickly there, and they're going to have the top of the order the next time that the Joes take play. But coming into the bottom of the 6th inning is going to be the 4-hole Ryan Bertelsmann for the Xenia Scouts. Stay tuned as you're listening to your Hamilton Joes Network.
The Fitton Center for Creative Arts kicks off its 25th anniversary celebrations with its annual season launch party on Friday, August 17th from 5 to 11 p.m. The season launch is a free community event with all parts of the Fitton Center open to the public, including galleries, classrooms, studios, as well as performance and event spaces. Enjoy light appetizers and a cash bar, while the 10-piece River City Party Band will perform on the Riverview Terrace. For more information, visit fittoncenter.org or like the Fitton Center on Facebook. Your AAA store has moved to a new location in Hamilton. 2870 Menards Boulevard in Fairfield Township is your new home for all your travel, insurance, and attraction ticket needs. AAA has great member deals on everything you need for a great vacation. Visit AAA today in Fairfield Township to join America's largest motor club organization or online at AAA.com.
Fort Hamilton Hospital is a full-service community hospital who continues to lead the way to better health in the Butler County area, serving patients from Fairfield, Oxford, Cincinnati, and Middletown. Fort Hamilton Hospital combines modern technology, highly skilled physicians with a friendly, caring staff. Their offerings include maternity, emergency, the most advanced wound healing in Butler County, and a range of outpatient services. For care you can count on, visit Fort Hamilton Hospital, located at 630 Eaton Avenue in Hamilton.
Pate Appliance Services have given you 61 years of phenomenal service for any appliance that you need, with flexible scheduling, automated reminders, state-of-the-art service, and an A-plus customer satisfaction rating from the Better Business Bureau. Pate Appliance Services is there for you. They can be reached at 513-863-4700 or found online at pateappliance.com.
So we are back here at Grady's Field, where we're going to have a new pitcher to tell you about. It's going to be the Butler product, Ryan Schmidt out there. He pitched yesterday as his first pitch. Misses up and away to Ryan Bertels. We've seen him a lot this year. He's been really one of the premier guys to come out of this bullpen. But we mentioned it earlier that it seems like he hasn't just had a flush inning. One where he just gets 1, 2, 3, and they're going to let him start out the 6th there as he gets the 1-1 pitch in there, the breaking pitch for a strike. 1-2 stretches the count. As
with the alien injuries that John Cheatwood seemed to be dealing with, and 83 pitches, they like to take him out, especially with the lead here. So the 2-2 count here from Ryan Schmidt is grounded over to the left side of the infield. Justin McConnell's not going to make the play as it hit hard off his wrist, and now there'll be a runner on first base with no one out. And coming up to the plate is going to be Caleb Eater. So I'll give Ryan Bertelsmann a single on that ball, as the scoreboard's going to give the Joes an error. And judging by the Xenia Scouts, there's 6 errors on the board.
Yeah, the Scouts score keeper hasn't been too kind to either team here on those errors.
The one thing I really like about baseball, as Ryan Bertelsmann steals on Ryan Schmidt on the first pitch, as it misses 1-0, which I think he swung at the pitch. But one thing I like about baseball is it's the only sport that on the scoreboard actively tells you your mistakes. In football, they don't say how many penalties you have up there or how many guys the offensive line has let through or stuff like that. They just have the score and the time. In basketball, you have your fouls, but those aren't really mistakes. What would be a mistake is if they just put how many turnovers you put up on the board. But baseball, here in baseball, we are heartless, as we just tell you, hey, you stink in the field, as you have 3 errors already, as it's 2-1 now the count to Caleb Eater. 3-0, actually. The umpire's calling it 3-0.
Yeah, that's something I never really thought about. Yeah, they just publicly shaming the whole team out there with the errors, and you don't see that too much in other sports.
And the best is when it flashes up on the scoreboard. It goes E5, as the 3-0 pitch is going to fall in there for a strike. There's a lot about baseball scorekeeping that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Actually, the whole air thing doesn't make a whole lot of sense, as this pitch is going to be blooped into center field, and I don't think Trey Compton's going to make a play on it as that ball bounces over his head. Thought he could have came in and made the play, but took a step back at first and then backed off the ball, and it bounced over his head, because if he would have came in and ran over it, it would have bounced a lot further than it actually did. As now there's runners on first and third, and we mentioned that Ryan Schmidt hasn't had a clean inning yet this year. Well, it's first and third with the runners, the tying run already on base, as it looks like they're going to have a pinch runner there for Caleb Eater. So Caleb Eater's done for the day. Imagine that means Felix King is going to come and do some hitting for him.
So we'll see Boswell.
James
Boswell coming into pinch run. We saw his speed last night. A name favorite of the booth up here. So he's got some speed over there at first base.
He's your favorite. I don't like Boswell at all. Are you kidding me? First and third here, as there's no one out, and now coming up to the plate is going to be Truman Brown, the catcher. He's popped out twice. Ryan Schmidt could use one of those pop-outs as if James Boswell can steal second base. There will be the tying run on second and third. And the Joes are still searching for the guy that they can trust to get a 1-2-3 inning from the pen when they need it. There's no count here, no one out, but there is bases. Men on the bases. First and third. That's first pitch from Schmidt is going to be a ball. He misses up in the zone. 1-0 the count.
And the Joes have someone just getting loose out there in the pen. Can't see the number from here, but we do have a righty warming up out there.
Second pitch is going to miss as well. 2-0 the count. Ryan Schmidt, of course, a Bulldog. Butler University, very, very fine academic school. It's a lot better than what they teach you over there at Oklahoma.
They do have Gordon Hayward and Brad Stevens formerly.
Yeah.
So I guess that's something to hang your hat on.
The 2-0 pitch is fouled off. There's a lot of parallels, I feel like, between Indiana and Oklahoma, as this pitch is grounded out to Addison Coffey, and Addison Coffey tried. It was hit hard, and the runner on third baseman was off. Coffey probably could have turned too, but just because he had the backhand, went right for Ryan Bertelsmann, who's on third base, diving back towards the bag, and they're not going to get an out on Bertelsmann or really anybody, as they're going to talk to the whole field there. Coffee should have definitely, and hindsight is 2020, and you got to make a split decision in those times, but Coffee probably should have turned two in that situation and even given up the run if they needed to in order to turn two. So now there's ducks on the pond here. Bases loaded, no one out, and coming up to the plate is Dugan Darnell.
We've talked a little bit about Dugan Darnell and his spot in the order. He's 0 for 2 today. Struck out looking on that inside. Great pitch by Cheatwood there, just to be able to ring him up. But we'll see what he can do here with them juiced and nobody out here.
I mean, they gave him a hit there. They gave Truman Brown a hit on that play, but yeah, this is how I'm going to get on my soapbox again. I'm just going to quit it before it even starts, as the first pitch is in there for a strike.
The ones that we have thought were hits, they counted errors, and the ones that we think are errors.
Well,
hits,
if
so.
that's a routine ball. I mean, he should have gotten out there, and he didn't. And if that's not an error, I mean, I know he didn't throw the ball away or had a ball hit off his wrist hard, but there was a routine play that he didn't get an out on. If that's not an error, then what is constituted as an error? It's one of the few things in sports that we actively keep track of that really has no rules to it. It's really just a judgment call when it comes down to it. And there's an 0-2 count here to Dugan Darnell, as this pitch is going to be taken. And wanted to ring him up there as Ryan Schmidt was looking for. They're going to check the check swing, and 1-2 is the count. But yeah, it's the one thing in sports that I can think of where there's not a definitive rule. It's not like, hey, you hit a ball that brought a runner in. That's an RBI. It's really just up to the imagination and the eyes of the official scorekeeper. As this pitch misses on the inside part of the plate, the blue doesn't call it in there, as it's 2-2 now. I'm going to say it missed on the inside part of the plate. I think my old partner, Zach Verdea, got a little frustrated there.
They have back-to-back pitches now on 0-2 for Schmidt that he's not getting the call, and we've seen those calls all day so far. So, yeah, not too great.
So Michael Hale with his third error of the day, as he's going to get a pitch that backhands. It's a soft ground ball to Hale. He actually did a good job at getting to the ball, but it would have been weird to throw it. He couldn't get in the out at second, as the speedy Truman Brown was on first base, so he tried to throw it home off his back foot, and he threw it about 10 feet over Michael Hall's head and went straight to the backstop, and 2 runs come across there. As of the 3 runs that have crossed the plate, all 3 are based off of errors that have come from Michael Hale's glove. So not an earned run on the Joes' ledger so far, and just like that, they're going to go to the pen, and it's 3-3, and we're going to take a short break, and we're going to have a new pitcher to tell you about when we come back. Stay tuned as we're listening to your Hamilton Joes Network.
The Hamilton Joes play ball on the banks of the Miami River, but the Great Miami Crew Rowing Squad is happy to sponsor the Hamilton Joes during the Great Lakes Summer Collegiate League baseball season.
At Smoothie King, we believe the best ingredients come from nature. That's why we keep adding more whole fruits and vegetables to our smoothies to help you get more out of every sip. At Smoothie King, we've added real whole raspberries bursting with fresh, crisp flavor, just in time for summer. Try an angel food raspberry or Greek yogurt raspberry smoothie for a limited time only. Enjoy whole raspberries at any of the 8 Cincinnati area Smoothie King locations. Smoothie King, smoothies with a purpose. Proud partner of the Hamilton Joes.
M&G Body Shop is your one-stop shop for car repair. Woman-owned and family-operated collision repair center. They can be reached at 513-851-9056 or can be found online at mgbody.com. A proud sponsor of the Hamilton Joes.
The original and simply the best. That's Wings on Brookwood, located at 147 North Brookwood Avenue. Family owned and operated for over 20 years, Wings on Brookwood offers both lunch and nightly specials. Before or after the Joes game, stop by Wings on Brookwood. You'll be in good company.
We are back here at beautiful Grady's Field here in Xenia, Ohio, where the Xena Scouts are threatening to take the lead here. They put Ryan Schmidt in, and we get a little update on what happened with Cheatwood. I guess he slept the wrong way, slept on something wrong, and he woke up with a huge kink in his neck, and his body was just sore. And I guess he also was running quite a bit of a fever. He checked it before the game, and I guess he was doing all right, but it was noticeably affecting him, especially on a hot day like it is today, playing on turf. And he threw very well. He threw 5 innings of work, giving up 1 run unearned. Ryan Schmidt comes in and gives up 2 unearned runs, but he's still on the hook for 1 run as Michael Hale threw a ball away. He had to throw the backhand, and now the new pitcher to tell you about is Danny Maddock. Danny Maddock has thrown a lot this season. He goes to Notre Dame College, a little bit of a sidewinder, as the first pitch to Nicholas Tuttle is in there for a strike.
Yeah, we have seen Maddock a handful of times, so usually the 2 most used pitchers out of the pen we're seeing back-to-back with Schmidt and Maddock here.
So we're seeing if Maddock can work his way out of this inning, at least minimize the damage, as there's runners on second and third with no one out. It's 0-2 now to Nicholas Tuttle. He's 1 for 2 on the day. He had a single, and he grounded out to Justin McConnell in his first at-bat. The infield is in here on the 3-3 late in the ball game. It's bottom of the 6th inning, as Maddock's 0-2 is going to miss on the outside part of the plate. And it was a good pitch from Maddock, right where Michael Hall wanted, but not close enough to get Nicholas Tuttle to swing at it. So the runs the count to 1-2 here. Maddock could desperately use a strikeout here on the 8-hole. And he almost gets the batter to go. They're going to check him, and they're going to say no, he did not, as I think that is the right call. 2-2 our count now. Hall looks a little frustrated after that call.
In a couple at-bats, my bad, but in a couple at-bats, Michael Hall has had some calls that he didn't really agree with too much, and he's definitely wanted a couple of these outside pitches today, this inning specifically.
Yeah, the home plate umpire has been inconsistent with his zone, as this pitch is going to be flared into right field. See if they run on Chris Hamilton, and they do, but there's not going to be a play at home plate as he threw it up the line. Chris Hamilton couldn't get it close enough to home plate, and just like that, the Xena Scouts take the lead 4-3 here in the bottom of the 6th inning, and they're still threatening with 1 out, and Noah Orlando, the guy who's tough to strike out, up at the plate. He has struck out today already. That was in his second at-bat. He is 0 for 2. He struck out and grounded out. So single, error, pop-up has led to 3 runs and a runner on third base, and the infield's still going to be in for Noah Orlando as the first pitch is in there for a called strike. Danny Maddock doing a good job at throwing a lot of strikes, working quick as well out there on the mound. 0-1 the count here to Noah Orlando. This pitch is fouled off straight back to the screen. 0-2 now the count. Maddock trying to strike out Orlando now, as that would mean that they need a base hit here with 2 outs, and it would be a big strikeout. But Maddock not necessarily the biggest strikeout pitcher. It's more of a soft contact guy as he strikes out Noah Orlando on the slider. So a good job by Danny Maddock at minimizing this threat, but he's still not out of it yet. He's not out of the well as there's 2 outs. And the top of the order coming up to the plate, Carson Wright, who's 1 for 3 on the day. He came around and scored the first run of the day.
That was a great pitch by Maddock there with 2 strikes, getting him into chase and strike out there. So now the runner is still on third, but now 2 outs, a little easier for Maddock here.
So Carson Wright 1 for 3. As the first pitch is in there for a strike. And while guys with unorthodox deliveries can mess up a hitter sometimes for reasons, when it's an opposing side of the plate up, like a lefty-righty matchup like we have right now, they tend to do a little bit better. It's easier to see that pitch coming out. The breaking pitches don't in. And the one thing that sidewinders and submariners have is they get a lot of movement on their fastball, and when you negate that inside pitch that Danny Maddock throws to right-handers so well, it makes it a little more difficult. But he does run the count to 0-2 there on the foul ball from Carson Wright. So Mike Hall set up on the outside part of the plate, and Danny Maddock misses up and in there. 1-2 the count here with 2 outs. It also, sidewinders tend to lose their effectiveness the more that a batter sees them. Because the real charm of the delivery as the 1-2 isn't called a strike there. Didn't miss by a whole lot. Michael Hall shrugging his shoulders, a little disappointed there with that call. But the point I was getting to is the charm that is the unique arm slot doesn't translate well the second or third time through the order, as the 1-2 pitch, 2-2 pitch is going to be flared into left field with Tyler Thaman coming in and raining on it. Looked like Justin McConnell lost it for a second there, but a good job by Thaman on making the play, and that will leave the lead at 4-3 for the Xenia Scouts. We're headed to the top of the 7th inning. We'll be right back here as Zach Verdea is going to be on the call. Stay tuned as you're listening to your Hamilton Joe Network.
In its 70th year of operation, All Wealth Federal Credit Union is proud to partner with Hamilton's hometown baseball team. All Wealth is Hamilton's only homegrown credit union, ready to assist with all of your financial needs. Their friendly staff are here to help the residents of Hamilton and Butler County live the American dream. Visit allwealth.org today and see how you can hit a financial home run with All Wealth.
The Hamilton Joes are proud to partner with Planet Fitness, home of the Judgment Free Zone. You can experience the Judgment Free Zone by joining for only $10 a month. You can join in any of the 13 Cincinnati area Planet Fitness locations or online at planetfitness.com. Planet Fitness, the world judges, we don't.
Your AAA store has moved to a new location in Hamilton. 2870 Menards Boulevard in Fairfield Township is your new home for all your travel, insurance, and attraction ticket needs. AAA has great member deals on everything you need for a great vacation. Visit AAA today in Fairfield Township to join America's largest motor club organization or online at AAA.com.
So we'll see Trey Compton, the top of the lineup here for the Joes. We still have Benjamin Bills, the starting pitcher for the Scouts, going into the 7th inning, top 7 here at Grady's Field, as Bills now has the lead, working with a 4-3 lead against the Joes here. He'll be in line for the win as we wait for the music to turn off here before we get started. And Trey Compton is 1 for 3 on the day. When he takes that first pitch strike as Compton, we've seen him get on base time and again, and he did a single in the first inning, but since then a couple of ground outs here. This is the 0-1 pitch. Up at his eyes, but he swings at it and sends that to left field. That's down the line. He'll round first and head for second. The throw will not be there in time as Compton's in there safely with a double. So a great start to the inning after the Joes give up 3 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning. Trey Compton roping that one to left field for a double. And with no outs, they have a runner in scoring position, and Chris Hamilton, who is 3 for 3 on the day, coming up.
Yeah, and I'm normally a traditional kind of baseball guy. You like to bunt here and get a runner on third base here with 1 out. But with Chris Hamilton, probably the best hitter in this Joes lineup, at least consistently up at the plate, and he's having a 3 for 3 day, you got to assume that they're at least going to let him swing once.
And he does swing there, and he lifts one high to right field. The right fielder headed back, but he will make the catch, and Compton will tag and stroll into third base fairly easily as the throw will not be even made. Chris Hamilton jumping on the first pitch there, able to move Compton over. So now Joe's trail by 1, and there's a runner on third with 1 out. In the 3-hole, Justin McConnell coming at bat.
Yeah, that was a good job by Chris Hamilton, and I mentioned that you're going to let him swing at one, and he swings at the first one, and it's as good as a bunt. But if he put that ball about 30 feet to the right on the shorter porch, he hit it right where the fence cuts out and cuts back, and that would have been gonzo.
So Justin McConnell cut 3 hits on the day so far. We'll see a first pitch breaking ball there. So they don't want him to jump on that first pitch after his 3-for-3 day. So it's an 0-1 count here with a runner on third base. McConnell just looking to get him in as the Scouts bring their infield basically in here. Couple steps maybe from the shortstop, at least no Orlando from the grass, if you can call it that. It's all turf, so it's all connected, but they're close to the grass part of it.
Yeah, McConnell's took 2 hard hacks at the pitches from Ben Bills, but here with the tying run there on third base, he's going to need to choke up, get closer up there, and make a stronger 2-strike adjustment than he has been making, and really put the ball in play.
So the 0-2 pitch, McConnell will be fouled straight back as he stays alive here. Just trying to bring that tying run in from third with 1 out.
Yeah, it's a big opportunity. Trey Compton set the table there for the Joes, and we'll see if the middle order of the order can do it.
So the 0-2 pitch to McConnell will run up and in. Easy take there for the Joes shortstop. And now he'll see a 1-2.
Ben Bills, even though he has given up 3 runs here in 6 1/3 innings of work, has been pretty efficient, and that was just his 80th pitch of the game, and he has been in trouble, especially giving up 10 hits.
McConnell will rope that one over to the third. He'll look back Compton and just throw it over to first base for the second out of the inning. So a similar play that we saw Addison Coffey try to get the runner at third, getting off a little bit, but Compton maybe not as far off. He's able to scamper back, and they throw it over to first base for the out. So 2 guys who were 6 for 6 combined get out there for the first time in the day. So there's now 2 down with that runner still on third base for Griffin Dorshing.
And McConnell made good contact with the ball, just to the wrong spot, because if they hit it up the middle, then they might send Compton on the go there. But since it was hit right to the third baseman, none can have it for Compton.
That first pitch breaking ball will be in there for a strike. As you can see, the shortstop for the Scouts, Nor Orlando, playing pretty deep there on the grass, because he knows if he gets one squared up and hit towards him, that it'll be humming to him. So the 0-1 to Dorshing will be swung at and popped up to right field. The right fielder, Carson Wright, under it, and he will retire the side with a runner stranded on third base. So Bills gets through 7 innings for the Scouts. Joes trail 4-3. We'll be right back on your Hamilton Joes Network.
Fort Hamilton Hospital is a full-service community hospital who continues to lead the way to better health in the Butler County area, serving patients from Fairfield, Oxford, Cincinnati, and Middletown. Fort Hamilton Hospital combines modern technology, highly skilled physicians with a friendly, caring staff. Their offerings include maternity, emergency, the most advanced wound healing in Butler County, and a range of outpatient services. For care you can count on, visit Fort Hamilton Hospital, located at 630 Eden Avenue in Hamilton.
M&G Body Shop is your one-stop shop for car repair. Woman-owned and family-operated collision repair center. They can be reached at 513-851-9056 or can be found online at mgbody.com. A proud sponsor of the Hamilton Joes. Pate Appliance Services have given you 61 years of phenomenal service for any appliance that you need. With flexible scheduling, automated reminders, state-of-the-art service, and an A+ customer satisfaction rating from the Better Business Bureau, Pate Appliance Services is there for you. They can be reached at 513-863-4700 or found online at pateappliance.com.
At Smoothie King, we believe the best ingredients come from nature. That's why we keep adding more whole fruits and vegetables to our smoothies to help you get more out of every sip. At Smoothie King, we've added real whole raspberries bursting with fresh, crisp flavor, just in time for summer. Try an angel food raspberry or Greek yogurt raspberry smoothie for a limited time only. Enjoy whole raspberries at any of the 8 Cincinnati area Smoothie King locations. Smoothie King, smoothies with a purpose. Proud partner of the Hamilton Joes.
We're back here in the bottom of the 7th. Danny Mattick's on the mound for the Joes as his first pitch will be popped up. In foul territory, Michael Hale will be there, and he'll make the catch easily as Chandler Chambers, the 2-hole for the Scouts, sees one pitch and pops it up, and Hale will be able to secure it in foul territory.
I really like what Danny Mattick brings out there on the hill when he's throwing. I mean, I think he's got one of the better jobs out of that bullpen. He throws a lot of strikes, has an unorthodox delivery, deals with a lot of soft contact. I expect him, as the season goes on, to be one of the premier guys out of the pen.
Yeah, and we've seen Maddock a handful of times so far this year. It's good to see him rolling here as that first pitch is missed outside for a ball. Graham Welch, the 3-hole for the Scouts, has a double on the day, as he'll send that one over to Michael Hale. Kaufman will be there to make the play. He'll overthrow Maddock, but it would have been a close play anyway. Looks like Graham Welch was busting up the line, so either way, good placed ball as no one's able to get to it. Kaufman able to get to it after Hale, but runner on first base with 1 out.
What's going on with Hale over there today? I mean, that's another play. They slapped another error, and if you do constitute that as an error, that's his 4th of the day. As it looked like an easy play there for him. He had to take a few steps to his right and backhand it, but it just hit right off his glove. Should have been there easily. Luckily, Jared Kaufman was there to back it up, but Michael Hale just doesn't seem to have it out there, at least in the field today.
That first pitch to cleanup hitter for the Scouts, Ryan Bertelsmann, will miss. Bertelsmann 0 for 3 on the day, 1 for 3, whatever you want to call it, depending on the air scoring on the scoreboard, as Maddock will try to keep Graham Welch close over there with a pickoff move, but he's back in safely.
Yeah, Maddock could use the double play right here. Ryan Bertelsmann, 1 for 3, scored on his last time to the trip. That was just last inning.
Maddock, the 1-0 pitch, will be in there for a strike. The throw down to second base will not get there as Graham Welch steals second. So now the Scouts have a base runner in scoring position with just 1 out and a 1-1 count here to their 4-hole Bertelsmann.
Yeah, so now the double play is negated. But you can still hoping for some weak contact. They still need a hit as of now to get that run in.
As that's lined over to McConnell. McConnell with a great play over there, just being able to corral that line drive hit right at him. As there are now 2 outs. Danny Maddock not really worried about that runner moving up 90 feet. So the runner now still on second base with 2 outs.
Yeah, I mean, that was a good job by Bertelsmann. He got good wood on the ball and hit it right to Justin McConnell. If he finds that pretty much any other part of the field, that's more than likely a hit, but just unlucky placement of the well-hit ball.
We'll see Felix King at bat now for the Scouts. We saw him hit a moonshot for a 3-run home run last night.
Yeah, we saw Caleb Eater get pinch ran for last inning by James Boswell, and Felix King coming on to hit for him.
So King will take a couple pitches as now a 1-1 count here with 2 down. Maddock looking to get out of this inning and keep the Joes 1 run back of the Scouts here. As Maddock's 1-1 will be called an inside strike there. Yeah, Felix King, you can tell, not liking that too much. Kind of pointing that was a little inside, but the ump keeps telling him, can feel like the home plate umpire maybe has gotten a little back talk from both teams today. Can't be too happy with it. As the 1-2 to King will be swung at and just popped up.
See if Michael Hall can make a play on it. It's going to hit the netting. But yeah, I mean, when an umpire is doing a bad job, it really affects both teams for the most part. Very rarely do you see an umpire hurt only one team, though it does feel like that a lot. I mean, it's just the bias of you watching the game and you notice it when it hurts you and you forget about it when it helps you. But, yeah, normally when an umpire's doing a bad job, he hears it from both sides.
And you can see after King was telling him, man, I think that was a little inside, you saw him maybe motion over to Bubba Cates and tell him something over there, as that one misses outside for a ball on the 1-2 pitch. As the inconsistency continues. Yeah,
the outside corner is pretty much off limits there, at least for this side of, I don't know what Michael Hall's not catching in the middle of his body or what, but it just stinks because so much of calling strikes and balls for umpires is how the umpire how the catcher catches it, when it shouldn't be about that. It should be where the ball crosses the plate.
As we'll see now a full count to Felix King. The runner still in scoring position over there at second base. That full count pitch will run up and in and over his head. He ducks down a little bit and he gets the walk there. It's Truman Brown, the catcher for the Scouts, taking off his shin guards and walking up to hit here in a spot with a couple runners on. The Scouts trying to extend their lead here, but Danny Maddock trying to keep it at 1.
So the 1-2 pitch that we thought was in there for a strike, Michael Hall thought it was in there for a strike, comes back to haunt Danny Maddock as he threw 2 more balls, and now it's first and second with 2.
That first pitch to Truman Brown will be a strike. So Maddock doing a good job of getting a first pitch strike there with a couple guys on and 2 outs after walking a batter.
Brown over 3 on the day. Scored his last time as he got on via air.
And that'll miss there as umpire hears it from the crowd a little bit because we've seen different spots in the game where that has been called a strike and then different spots where it has not been, and we're at one of those times where that is apparently not a strike as we have a 1-1 count.
Yeah, that outside part of the corner just seems to be absolutely off limits.
That ball is fouled straight back, so we'll have a 1-2 count. And I feel like we talked about pretty early in the game how we saw this umpire giving the outside corner that a lot of umpires this summer haven't been giving. Now it seems like he has backtracked on that and not giving the outside corner to either team, really. So the 1-2 with a couple men on to Truman Brown. Be a breaking ball as he'll just rip it right past the diving Coffee. They'll be around third, headed for home. They'll get a run here as Thaman does a good job of getting the ball in. And Truman Brown will advance to second on the throw. So a 1 run comes in to score on the Truman Brown hit there. Roped it right past Coffee. Coffee doing a good job, good effort over there by diving, trying to knock it down, but not enough as the Scouts extend their lead to 5-3 here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. Now they'll have runners on second and third. 2 guys in scoring position instead of 1. And we'll see Dugan Darnell.
Yeah, that's a good job by Truman Brown of taking advantage of the two-out opportunity that was presented before him and extending this lead for the Scouts as the Joes are in trouble once again, down 5-3, and after losing 5 in a row, they desperately need some offensive help.
So the 1-0 pitch will be chopped over to McConnell over there at first. Right in between the legs of Hale on the scoop attempt. Both runs will come in to score. Sharply hit ball over to McConnell there. Just a one-hopper to Hale, but Hale just unable to knock it down at all as it seemed to squirt right through his legs. So 2 more runs come to score. 3 total in the inning. The Scouts now have 6 runs in the last 2 innings, and they lead 7-3 here in the bottom of the 7th with 2 outs still in the inning.
Yeah, I'm giving that air to Michael Hale. I think that ball is fielded 9 times out of 10 by most first basemen, and it was a long hop. It wasn't a quick one or an in-betweener. I mean, it was a well-thrown ball, and it went just right between his leg. Didn't even come close to getting a glove on it. And they tell you when you're scooping to start from the ground and work up, but he didn't even come down on the glove, and it goes between his legs. And Michael Hale just having an absolutely atrocious day over there at first base, as the Joes have 6 errors and he has 5 of them.
So that one will be fouled straight back as Maddock has Nick Tuttle in a quick 0-2 hole here.
And out of the 7 runs the Joes have allowed today, 6, and you're hearing that right, 6 are unearned.
So the Joes pitching doing a good job of trying to limit as much as they can here as the runner will be advancing on what he thought might have been a pass ball. Good throw down there by Michael Hall, but a good jump by Dugan Darnell. He's able to read that good and get in there at second base. Good throw by Hall there, but just not in time.
Yeah, that was a good read by Dugan Darnell at getting to second base there. On the ball in the turf, he was getting going. A second hit there, and Michael Hall actually did a good job defensively, but it was all for naught.
As the 1-2 pitch to the 8-hole. Tuttle is low and outside as that'll skip in the turf. Good job by Hall to block it, keep that runner at second base. So Scouts have a runner in scoring position yet again in the inning, as we've seen a couple times. And there's a 2-2 pitch coming from Maddock, who comes set. Sidewinder will throw that one high. So we'll see now a full count. Look to go right after Tuttle here in this long inning so far in the bottom of the 7th.
Now you can see Michael Hall being visually frustrated out there. And that would be 2. 6 errors on the ledger for the Joes and 6 unearned runs.
And he'll be rung up there on the full count pitch. Good pitch there by Danny Maddock to get out of the inning, stranding a runner at second base, but not before the Scouts score 3 runs in the bottom of the 7th to match their 3 runs in the bottom of the 6th. They'll take a 7-3 lead in the top of the 8th inning. We'll see if they leave Ben Bills in there or if they're going to the bullpen. We'll be right back on your Hamilton Joes Network.
Richard's Pizza is one of Hamilton, Ohio's most favorite spots, bringing you Richard's famous steak sandwiches since 1955 and a proud supporter of your hometown Hamilton Joes. Whether it's pizzas, salads, pastas, or a little bit of fudge for dessert, Richard's Pizza has it all for you and your family.
Proud Hamilton Joes sponsor Miller Coors wants to remind you, whether you're watching the Joes at Foundation Field or catching the game on YouTube, to never compromise on taste. Reach for a Miller Lite, the light beer that's always brewed for more taste with only 96 calories and brewed right here in Ohio. Miller Lite, hold true.
Hamilton Joes Baseball is brought to you by Triangle Sign Company, a sign of quality since 1921. If your current signage isn't giving you the visibility to attract interest and assist in getting people in your door, then it's time for a custom sign solution from Triangle Sign Company. Whether you're a big or small business, school, or organization, they will design and build a sign that is just right for you. Offering their support for the Hamilton Joes, we thank Triangle Sign Company for their continued support.
So the Joes will try to claw their way back here after giving up 6 runs in the last 2 innings. Just about all of them besides 1 unearned, as they shot themselves in the foot a little bit, as scoreboard reads 6 errors, as Ben Bills will work the top of the 8th inning, or at least start the top of the 8th inning for the Scouts, as they don't have someone currently in their bullpen. We did see someone throw in last inning while the Scouts were hitting, but after those 3 insurance runs, they're going to leave Bills in there, see how long he can go, as the first 2 pitches to Tyler Thaman, the leadoff man for the Joes this inning, will miss. So the 2-0 pitch will miss high, so Thaman trying to be the leadoff man here and get aboard to try to cut into this Scouts lead, as he'll see a 3-0 pitch coming from Bills, and that will also miss high. Bills looking back at the mound a little bit. Not too much. Not too sure what could be wrong with the turf mound.
It was fine for the first 6 innings of work, and he's done a decent job at staying at a calm pitch count here. They might let him go one more batter here, but actually it does look like 7 innings of work. I apologize. It does look like they're going to go and get him here. They went and let him see if he could stay efficiently, but with giving up the leadoff hitter, leadoff runner there, we're going to see what they do now with Ben Bills.
And you can see manager Bubba Cates looking back into the dugout, maybe just to see what they want to do here, as they don't have someone currently in the pen. But we do believe that they have someone at least warmed up here, as it may be just a calm down thing, and if they get in any more trouble, they might pull Bills here, but the first mound visit will just be precautionary for Cates, as he'll head back to the dugout.
Yeah, with the tying run still in the dugout, they're going to let Bills continue to go out there and see if they can milk them for a few more innings.
So Jared Kaufman will be coming up now. 0 for 3 on the day with 3 flyouts, but he'll have a runner on first base here. And that pitch will be a strike. Breaking ball outside corner and low, but it just nicks the bottom of the strike zone. So the 0-1 pitch to Kaufman, as he'll rip that one just foul down the third base line. I mean, we've seen time and again when Kaufman sees a pitch he likes, he will not waste time. He jumps on it a handful of times. Haven't seen him land too often yet, but if you keep hitting him hard like that, he will find places to hit the ball, as he'll see an 0-2 count now. Thaman getting his lead at first base. And that ball will run up and hit Jared Kaufman. Just an up and in 0-2 pitch. Kaufman doing a good job of not dodging it too much, I guess, as now the Joes have 2 men on and nobody out here in the top of the 8th inning, down 7-3. Just the start the Joes were looking for.
And I think they're going to let Bills at least go one more batter now. Oh, no. That's going to mark the end of the game for Bills as they're going to go out and talk to him. Coach Bubba Cates is going to. So we're going to have a new pitcher to tell you about when we come back. So stay tuned as we're listening to your Hamilton Joe's Network.
The Fitton Center for Creative Arts kicks off its 25th anniversary celebrations with its annual season launch party on Friday, August 17th from 5 to 11 p.m. The season launch is a free community event with all parts of the Fitton Center open to the public, including galleries, classrooms, studios, as well as performance and event spaces. Enjoy light appetizers and a cash bar, while the 10-piece River City Party Band will perform on the Riverview Terrace. For more information, visit fittoncenter.org or like the Fitton Center on Facebook.
Bridgewater Falls is proud to continue its sponsorship of the Hamilton Joes. Bridgewater Falls offers guests a unique shopping experience with more than 30 shopping destinations, including Target, JCPenney, Best Buy, Dick's Sporting Goods, and many more. Bridgewater Falls also has a wide variety of delicious dining destinations. From burgers to pizza to sushi, experience all of the flavors Bridgewater Falls has to offer. Bridgewater Falls is located just off of Ohio 129 at the corner of Princeton Road and Bypass 4. Come experience great shopping, dining, and services in the heart of Fairfield Township at Bridgewater Falls.
The Hamilton Joes play ball on the banks of the Miami River, but the Great Miami Crew Rowing Squad is happy to sponsor the Hamilton Joes during the Great Lakes Summer Collegiate League baseball season.
The original and simply the best. That's Wings on Brookwood, located at 147 North Brookwood Avenue. Family owned and operated for over 20 years, Wings on Brookwood offers both lunch and nightly specials. Before or after the Joes game, stop by Wings on Brookwood. You'll be in good company.
In its 70th year of operation, All Wealth Federal Credit Union is proud to partner with Hamilton's hometown baseball team. All Wealth is Hamilton's only homegrown credit union, ready to assist with all of your financial needs. Their friendly staff are here to help the residents of Hamilton and Butler County live the American dream. Visit allwealth.org today and see how you can hit a financial home run with All Wealth.
And we'll be back here in the top of the 8th as the Xenia Scouts make a pitching change. We'll see Landon Myers, the right-hander from Ohio State Lima, coming to pitch here with a couple men on, and Addison Coffey stepping up to the dish.
Yeah, so the Joes, after giving up 3 in the bottom of the 7th inning, have a little something cooking here as Addison Coffey and the man who's struggling today, Michael Hale, on deck.
So the first pitch out of the pen for Myers will be fouled straight back by Coffey. So Coffey jumping on the first pitch from Landon Myers in relief for Ben Bills. Ben Bills has a couple runners on base that he walked and hit by a pitch. So, I don't know, maybe not the smartest idea to let him go out there for the 8th, but we'll see if it comes back to haunt the Scouts here as Coffey awaits the 0-1, and he'll swing right through that one. And that'll be 0-2 now. Quick work for the Scouts pen man, Myers. As there are 2 men on in this 4-deficit game for the Joes, just trying to cut some into this lead here. As Myers takes a look at the runner at second and will pull the string on Addison Coffey there and get him swinging. So Addison Coffey not seeing it as well as he was earlier in the season, as we saw him blast a home run in the first game of the season against the Scouts. He'll strike out here with 2 men on. So Michael Hale will come up. Probably really wants to get a hit here and drive in some runs, help out his day, as he's not been too great in the field.
I don't know how many times I've seen a first baseman make 5 errors, and we gave him the error on the ball that scored 2 runs from Justin McConnell because, I mean, he opened his legs to let it go through. It was an interesting play, to say the least.
Definitely something you don't see every day, as that first off-speed pitch to Hale will buckle his knees and be in there for a strike. So the 0-1 from Myers will not come right now as he steps off. Looking back at Thaman a little bit at second base. Maybe not maybe worried with the guys on the base or just wanted a new sign here, as he will get his sign from Truman Brown and come set. A couple looks back at Thaman. The 0-1 will be in the turf for a ball. So now Hale sees a 1-1 count with 1 out. And runner on first and second base here, as Ben Bills is responsible for the 2 runners on, but Landon Myers now in for the Scouts, the righty on righty matchup here, as the 1-1 is fouled straight back by Hale. Gets out of here for the strike, so we got 1-2 count here, as Hale's doing a good job battling. Just fouling that one straight back, trying to put one in play. Hale did double in his last at-bat. Roped it right through the 6th hole, as we'll see Myers come set in the 1-2. Will be chopped over to second base there. Flipped to Noah Orlando at second. He will not have a play on at first base, as Hale busts it down the line. He's got some speed, as we mentioned. We saw him leg out that double last at-bat, as that will get an out there. So runners on the corners now for the Joes. 2 outs, and Michael Hall, the 9-hole for the Joes, coming at bat.
Yeah, and still, after getting lead off first and second there on free passes from Ben Bills, the new pitcher's coming in the game and done a good job at neutralizing any threat that the Joes might have presented there early in this inning after the strikeout and the weak groundout from Michael Hale.
So Michael Hall now at bat, the catcher. Struck out his first time and grounded out a couple more times. Will look to cut into this deficit for the Joes, as that one is missed outside on the outside corner. One of those pitches we've been talking about the last couple of innings is not getting the calls either way on that outside corner. Hall is probably pretty happy to see that one not called for a strike, as that will also be a little bit of a pitch out, maybe, just trying to keep Hale over there at first base.
I didn't even realize that Hall was hitting. Like, if that pitch would have been called a strike, we might have seen him mouth off at the home plate umpire a little bit, because all day they have not been getting it. Luckily, the umpire staying at least consistent.
Yeah, we may have seen a pinch hitter finish the rest of that bat if that would have been called a strike. But the third pitch misses high. Truman Brown's lackadaisical throw will get right past Landon Myers. Just roll into towards second base. No one able to come in time, as Tyler Thaman able to break from third base and score just on the throwback, getting past the pitcher. So the Joes cut it to 7-4 here as they get a run in the 8th here. 2 outs, 3-0 count to Michael Hall. Pretty fortunate to get that run here.
There's another error on the board, and that marks 10 total between the two teams. There's a lot of numbers up on that board. 10 errors between the two teams, 11 runs, and 17 hits.
Yeah, that scoreboard is getting a little tired maybe up there, as there's a 3-1 count. There's a lot of numbers on there, as Michael Hall will look to extend this inning for the Joes, as they've gotten 1 run so far off the air. And bunch of high pitches missing so far this inning for the Scouts, as that'll be another walk.
Number 20, Compton.
Bring up Joe's leadoff hitter, Trey Compton. A couple hits on the day. Saw him rope a double down left field line. Rolled all the way to the wall, and he was able to stroll into second base. So Myers looking to get out of this inning with 2 outs. Compton looking to extend it, as that'll be in there for a strike on the first pitch. See Myers throw a few breaking balls on his first pitch of the at-bats to some guys, and he's getting that strike called consistently, as they are strikes. Not like the outside corner calls we've been talking so much about. But the 0-1 to Compton will be skied high into the air. First baseman will call everyone off. I think the pole's a little blocking me here, but it appears he has made the catch. So the Joes get 1 in the inning, cut the lead to 7-4, but we'll go to the bottom of the 8th here on your Hamilton Joes Network.
Oh.
Bridgewater Falls is proud to continue its sponsorship of the Hamilton Joes. Bridgewater Falls offers guests a unique shopping experience with more than 30 shopping destinations, including Target, JCPenney, Best Buy, Dick's Sporting Goods, and many more. Bridgewater Falls also has a wide variety of delicious dining destinations. From burgers to pizza to sushi, experience all of the flavors Bridgewater Falls has to offer. Bridgewater Falls is located just off of Ohio 129 at the corner of Princeton Road and Bypass 4. Come experience great shopping, dining, and services in the heart of Fairfield Township at Bridgewater Falls.
Richard's Pizza is one of Hamilton, Ohio's most favorite spots, bringing you Richard's famous steak sandwiches since 1955 and a proud supporter of your hometown Hamilton Joe's. Whether it's pizzas, salads, pastas, or a little bit of fudge for dessert, Richard's Pizza has it all for you and your family.
Proud Hamilton Joe's sponsor Miller Coors wants to remind you, whether you're watching the Joes at Foundation Field or catching the game on YouTube, to never compromise on taste. Reach for a Miller Lite, the light beer that's always brewed for more taste with only 96 calories and brewed right here in Ohio. Miller Lite, hold true. Your AAA store has moved to a new location in Hamilton. 2870 Menards Boulevard in Fairfield Township is your new home for all your travel, insurance, and attraction ticket needs. AAA has great member deals on everything you need for a great vacation. Visit AAA today in Fairfield Township to join America's largest motor club organization or online at AAA.com.
And we're joined here in the bottom of the 8th as the Hamilton Joes get one back in the top of the inning to cut the lead to 7-4 by the Xenia Scouts. But the Scouts coming up with 9-hole leading off North Orlando, seen him strike out a couple times in a row. Maddock will look to go right after him here.
Yeah, I mean, they've given up 7 runs today, 6 of which are of the unearned variety. Michael Hale struggling over there. Of the 6 errors, he's had 5 himself, 2 in the first inning, 2 last inning. So it's been a tough day out there.
As Maddox's first pitch will be low for a ball. Maddox still working for the Joes out of the pen here. It looks like they do have someone warming up, maybe left-hander Connor Bell, who we've seen a handful of times, just rotating the pen guys in here as that second pitch misses high for a ball. So 2-0 count here.
Yeah, Maddox near a high pitch count for a reliever. They do have tomorrow off. That could be a rest day, but he's already thrown 40 pitches thus far.
And his 41st pitch will be skied straight up in the air. Michael Hall will look to keep that one in play as a sliding attempt will just hit off his glove. Tough play there as he didn't see it right away, and that was skied pretty high, but the sliding play not able to be made as we'll now have a 1-2 count. 2-1 count.
The one thing you got to keep in your mind when you're a catcher going after a ball is not to freak out. When you panic, bad things happen, and especially with a skied up ball like that, it's going to come back to the field. So you've got a lot of time to sit there and think, and if you're freaking out, something's going to go awry. And Michael Hall panicked, rushing back to the backstop and had to slide, and just hit right off his glove.
That pitch misses for Maddox for a ball. So North Orlando, the 9-hole, we'll see a 3-1 count here. Maddox looking to keep the leadoff man for the Scouts off the bags, as he will with that strike. So a 3-1 count, as maybe the on deck man, Carson Wright, thought that North Orlando got rung up there. So he started walking to go bad, but Orlando staying in the box. Luckily, the ump knew what count it was at this time, as full count pitch will be fouled straight back, so Orlando will see full count again.
You know, we've been critiquing the home plate umpire a lot, and it all comes back to that time when he did ring up a dude on a 2-1 count, because that just shows, it just opens up the mind to thinking that this guy doesn't know what he's doing out there. So regardless of how well he's done today, it all started right then and there.
As that flare to right field will land safely, so no Orlando sees the pitch he wants on full count, his second full count pitch, and he sends that one to right field for a single. So after getting their leadoff man on, the Scouts will have the top of the lineup coming up. 1 for 4, Carson Wright, the right fielder, coming up to bat here. For the first pitch of the leadoff man with a runner on. For Maddox will be hammered to right field, but it'll hang up there as Chris Hamilton camps under it easily. And Orlando goes back and originally made it look like he was trying to tag, but just retreats back as Maddox able to get that first pitch out there. So quick out there after the leadoff single for Danny Maddox, and he'll see Chandler Chambers, who is 0 for 4 on the day with a strikeout. Maddox keeping Orlando over there closely at first base, as may have some speed over there, as he did initially go back to first base to tag on that. Took a couple steps, maybe never was actually going, but that'll be ripped to left field, and Chandler Chambers will have his first hit of the day, and the Scouts will have 2 men on with 1 out here with the heart of the order coming up.
Let's see if they go and get him with the lefty coming up, and it looks like they are. The lefty in the bullpen and the lefty at the plate. Graham Welch up at the plate. I think that's going to be it for Ryan Maddox. He threw 47 pitches, and that's that's a marathon for a relief pitcher.
So we'll be right back after this pitching change. Looks like Connor Bell, the lefty's coming in for the Joes, and we'll be right back on your Hamilton Joes Network.
Hamilton Joe's Baseball is brought to you by Triangle Sign Company, a sign of quality since 1921. If your current signage isn't giving you the visibility to attract interest and assist in getting people in your door, then it's time for a custom sign solution from Triangle Sign Company. Whether you're a big or small business, school, or organization, they will design and build a sign that is just right for you. Offering their support for the Hamilton Joes, we thank Triangle Sign Company for their continued support. M&G Body Shop is your one-stop shop for car repair. Woman-owned and family-operated collision repair center. They can be reached at 513-851-9056 or can be found online at mgbody.com. A proud sponsor of the Hamilton Joes. The Hamilton Joes play ball on the banks of the Miami River, but the Great Miami Crew Rowing Squad is happy to sponsor the Hamilton Joes during the Great Lakes Summer Collegiate League baseball season.
At Smoothie King, we believe the best ingredients come from nature. That's why we keep adding more whole fruits and vegetables to our smoothies to help you get more out of every sip. At Smoothie King, we've added real whole raspberries bursting with fresh, crisp flavor, just in time for summer. Try an angel food raspberry or Greek yogurt raspberry. In its 70th year of operation,
And we are back here after the pitching change, and it is Connor Bell here. Still have a couple more pitches here, but he will see runners on first and second when he gets done warming up here, as the Joes still trail 7-4, hoping to keep this deficit at 3 in this inning, as the Joes will have one more shot at the bats if they do not put up 3 runs. We have seen Connor Bell a handful of times this year. Had some good outings in his work. So he'll come in with 2 men on and 1 out.
What Bell's going to hope for right here is getting a hard-hit ground ball to second baseman Jared Kaufman or shortstop Justin McConnell so they can flick a quick 2 and try and mount a comeback here in the top of the 9th.
So coming up with 2 men on for the Scouts is a 6-foot, 185 center fielder Graham Welch, the University of Texas at Tyler product, will step in here trying to see what he can do against with the lefty-lefty matchup from Bell. It's Bell's first pitch. Will, I guess, be a ball. It looked like he was
right
about to
over
call
the
it or
plate.
something.
Looked right over the plate.
So Bell's start, not what he wanted, although the pitch he wanted to throw was good, as Graham Welch will foul off essentially basically the same exact pitch. So the count now 1-1 with 1 out here. Connor Bell looking to get out of this with a runner in scoring position and a runner on first base. The 1-1 pitch is in there for a strike. I always have to make sure that it is a strike so far, so Good thing that he called that one a strike because it looked pretty good, but you never know. So 1-2 is the count with one out here. The 1-2 will be rung up. Little outside, but benefit of the doubt there is what we've been talking about all day, the little bit of an inconsistency, but we'll take it there as that is a called strike 3 from the 3-hole for the Scouts. So that's big with 2 men on in the heart of the order for the Scouts as there's now 2 outs for Ryan Bertelsmann. Bertelsmann will see a first pitch low and inside for a ball. Bertelsmann, the DH. Maybe a hit on the day, maybe 1 for 4, 0 for 4, depending on the scoring.
Yeah, I had him a hit earlier.
And that one will be grounded to Coffey. Coffey is able to step on third base easily as that retires the side. No runs given up in the bottom of the 8th. Connor Bell doing a good job of coming in, retiring a couple batters as the Scouts will take a 7-4 lead in the top of the 4th inning. Looks like they may have a new pitcher, so we'll be back with you in the top of the 9th. Reid Mouse taking back over.
Only Homegrown Credit Union, ready to assist with all of your financial needs. Their friendly staff are here to help the residents of Hamilton and Butler County live the American dream. Visit allwealth.org today and see how you can hit a financial home run with Allwealth.
We are back here at Grady's Field here in Xenia, Ohio. I'm Reid Malmstrom, along here with Zach Verdea. As the Joes are down 7-4 here in the top of the 9th inning, Chris Hamilton coming up to the plate. A new pitcher to tell you about. That's Sam Drawley, the right-hander. Big right-hander as he gets the first pitch in there to Chris Hamilton for a strike. So the Joes have the right guy up to mount a comeback as the second pitch is swung at. 0-2 the count now to Chris Hamilton. The Joes trying to fight off their 6th straight loss as they are 2-5. They start off the season 1-2 against the Xenia Scouts, but are in danger of getting swept here by the Scouts. So 1-2 the count here to Chris Hamilton. And that pitch is going to be grounded over to the first baseman. They're going to say foul ball off Chris Hamilton's ankle. So he'll stay in the box. Chris Hamilton, if it didn't hit off his ankle, he's selling it pretty well as now Bubba Cate's going to come and talk to the home plate umpire. The field umpire is the one that called it.
Yeah, that's the second time we've seen a chopper, one for the Scouts, one for the Joes now there, that maybe not have seen full contact or reaction from the players, but getting the benefit of the doubt there as Hamilton was shaking it off there.
So So the 1-2 pitch here to Chris Hamilton is going to be swung on and missed, and that's a strikeout there for Sam Drawley, as he's got one out now. Now coming up to the plate is none other than Justin McConnell. Justin McConnell's 3 for 4 on the day, and he's in charge of, with one out here, trying to get something going. McConnell, of course, had 3 hits. He went 3 for 3, then grounded out his last at bat. Drawley's first pitch is kicked on and delivered, and it's going to be a ball up and in. McConnell trying to get something going here as they're down 3. Drawley's first pitch is in there for a strike. 1-1 the count now.
Yeah, and Drawley, you can see 6'1", 255. He's really bringing that fastball, humming it in there so far.
That pitch is going to be smoked up the middle, and McConnell has his 4th hit of the game, 4 for 5, and now coming up to the plate is Griffin Dorshing. Griffin Dorshing hit a home run earlier, but that is his lone hit. He is 1 for 4. And he doesn't represent the tie-in run. The tie-in run is actually on deck in the manifestation of Tyler Thaman. So runner on first base here, 1 out. As the first pitch is going to miss up and in there to Griffin Dorshing. As we mentioned, Dorshing hit 1 out there early on in the game. That was in the 3rd inning when the Joes scored 3 runs. He hit one that hit off the left fielder's glove and popped on out over the fence. Jose Canseco but didn't hit him in the head. 2-0 the count now.
Jose Canseco probably wishes that would happen to somebody else eventually, because it's been a while, and you see that highlight basically every time someone messes up anything near the wall.
I show no sympathy for Joey Rats, as the 2-0 pitch is swung on and missed. Yeah, Joey Rats, he ruined a great time in baseball.
The steroid era was in full swing, and Canseco
It was awesome.
All in on it.
And he ratted everyone out. For a book. 2-1 the count here. It's a dog-eat-dog world, I guess, out there.
If I'm going down, everyone's going down.
So Sam Drawley on the 2-1 count, throwing to Griffin Dorshing, as that pitch is going to be in there for a strike. Knotted it up at 2-2 here. 2-2, 1 out.
Good pitch there by Drawley, and right at the knees of Dorshing, and anything below his knee, near his knees, looks low just because he's so big. But
and that's going to be in there for a base knock into center field. So Griffin Dorshing just flicking a ball with his strength into center field, and there's going to be runners on first and second here. 1 out, and Tyler Thaman coming up to the plate. Thaman scored his last time to the plate, his only time to the plate. He walked, came around, and scored. That was last inning. So he's in charge. Actually, I believe that's Chandler Miller hitting now. Yeah, Chandler Miller is going to be pinch hitting for Tyler Thaman. Getting a little more stick up there at the plate. We've seen Chandler Miller have a good season this far into the game. This far into the season.
So we will now see a pinch hitter for the pinch hitter.
Yeah. Still don't know why they took out Sean McGeehan when they did, because he had a double the out before that. So first and second here with 1 out.
It's always interesting to see how a pinch hitter who's been sitting the whole game here in the top of the 9th will come in with a runner in scoring position.
As the first pitch misses up and in on the breaking pitch, Sam Drawley couldn't get on top of that one, and it's going to miss up and in to Chandler Miller. Chandler Miller trying to keep the inning going here, trying to get a run in. As he is the tying run, as that 1-0 pitch misses up and in. And they have no one else working in the Xenia bullpen, so it's Sam Drawley's inning to finish. And he is 1 ground ball away. Drawley comes set, kicks and deals, and that's going to be the 2-1 pitch is going to be in there. 2-1 our count now with 1 out. Chandler Miller trying to get something going for the Hamilton Joes.
So 2-1, 1 out. 7-4 our score, and this ball's going to be grounded up the middle to see if they can turn two. No play at second base. Going to flick it on over to first. Chandler Mills is going to slide in but be out. So runners on second and third here, 2 outs, and Jared Kaufman coming to the plate on the 6-3. So still representing the tie and run. We mentioned how the Joes have a knack at scoring in the 9th inning, but always coming up short, at least in the last 5 ball games, as they're trying not to get swept for the 3rd straight series. We mentioned that they started off the season 2-0 against these Xenia Scouts. And since then, lost 5 in a row. 4 one-run games and 1 2-run game. The 2-run game came last night. So 0-1 the count here to Jared Kaufman. Kaufman's going to slap that one over to the third baseman. That might end the game. And it does do that. So the Xenia Scouts sweep the Hamilton Joes, and the Joes have lost 6 in a row. They fall to 2-6, even though they were threatening and held the lead for a good majority of this game. They gave up 6 unearned runs this game. The final score reads as follows: 7-4. The Joes had 12 hits and the Scouts had 9.